We got our hands on 10 and 2. Hers on my 10. Mine on her 2. Would have said 10 and a half, but I don't want to brag. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dick Mango.
Well, if there's a better way to start the day than with Dick Mango, I don't know what the hell it is.
I hear he's going to be one of the guests at Super Bowl halftime.
Is that right? Dick Mango? Good morning. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello, hello, hello. Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hey, Chick.
She's in for vacationing Christy Lee. There's Pat Godwin.
Hello, Chick.
Hi. Hi. There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Chick.
There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I like it. I like it very much.
What's going on right now?
Have you checked his face out? Check
No,
his
what's
face
going
out.
on?
What do I have?
Oh, a beard.
I haven't seen you for 3 or 4 days, and yeah, it's
A little 5 o'clock shadow.
Scruffy?
let it go, man. Let it go. You
Only
gotta
took
let
me
it go.
2.5 weeks. No big deal.
It's nice.
It's got kind of a Maynard G. Krebs feel.
The
It's
Nookie,
just,
the Nookie Tickler's coming in pretty well,
And
too.
What tickler?
We're off.
The Nookie Tickler?
This thing right here?
Yeah. Is that, what is that
The
what you
soul
call
patch?
it? Yeah, soul patch. Sorry.
You call that a nookie tickler?
That's right.
Really?
It's in the name.
Okay.
I don't,
It's hard to pull that off, I think.
when I met Donnie, that's like all he had was
Just that, really?
Just that area.
And you spoke to him? Wow, you must have been desperate.
He's very good.
I think Johnny Cooper was the only person that I even kind of halfway liked when he had one of those. It seemed like he had one of those forever. He still might have one. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm put off by someone I saw recently that had the very clearly dyed soul patch. In other words, you know, a guy of a certain age,
Sure.
a lot of salt and pepper, but he had the jet black dye soul patch. I don't know, it just struck me as being a little, I don't know, maybe a little vain.
I got that thing going where my eyebrows are like my old hair color, and my beard is like Snow White, and my hair is salt and pepper, I guess. So I don't know.
And you don't do anything. You don't.
I don't do it. I used to, but I don't do
Pat,
anything
do you
now.
dye the eyebrows or do
No,
they?
not yet.
Just the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what the hell is going on there.
Just I don't know. It's natural aging. Well, you know, some people have that little skunk thing going.
Oh, sure, the stripe and the yeah.
A famous person who has it, in fact, won a Grammy. The great Bonnie Raitt. Bonnie Raitt has that
You don't think that's
shock of white in the.
only her and her hairdresser know for sure?
I don't know. Ms. Rait's a genius artist. I'm
Do you remember that?
pleased that she won. I think she won 2 Grammys last night, actually.
Do you remember that?
Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
Exactly. That
I used
campaign.
to love that commercial.
Yes.
I always wondered when I was what the hell are they talking about? I had no idea. I thought they'd robbed a bank together or something. I didn't know. What the hell are they talking about? So she washes away the gray or something, I guess. This old biddy is. Oh, no, it's gray, lady. Okay.
Would you do that? And do you dye your hair, Jessica?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah. Once you start, you kind of have to keep up with it.
Well, your hair's jet black.
It's a brown.
Yeah, I see some brown back dark brown. Back
Now
for sure.
I started to add
If you weren't dyeing it,
You know, Tom, if you
whatever
would,
these roots are.
if you would replay what you just said, you said the words jet black like you stepped in poop.
It's jet black. No, it looks great.
Oh, thank
I
you.
wouldn't have known you dyed your hair.
It's like an auburn brown, maybe, because there's a little bit of red hue to it. And then I started putting highlights in it. Then you have to cover it with more dark. And then I started adding more highlights because you would say my hair was jet black. So hopefully.
Now, Josh, you have a in the last year, your beard is dark, except for if you took your lower lip and went down in kind of an outward V shape, it's getting kind of gray and white.
Oh, it's very white. Yeah, in the chin, for sure.
Yeah. Are your brothers getting gray?
Yeah, my older brother's gray, and yeah, and we're all pretty.
Your dad went gray at what age? Do you know?
No, I don't think it was until he was in his like 50s. So
Really?
but on my mom's side, everybody went kind of gray quickly. I think we're prematurely gray. I started getting gray hair when I was like 19.
We had a guy that used to work here that was 25 and had white hair.
Oh, really?
Like Man from Glad white.
Yeah.
Very.
Man from Glad.
Remember that guy?
Sort of.
The Man from Glad. You don't remember The Man from Glad?
It's a long time ago.
He was a more interesting superhero than most of the Marvel universe.
Man from Glad. So far, we've had these are all television or all advertising campaigns from the 60s.
There was a time. There was a time. If you said shaved head. Watch this. This is a quiz. I'll write down the answer. Watch this. I'm going to write down.
A magic trick, much like a magic trick.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Shaved head white guy. The answer is.
I guess Yul Brynner. Is that what you want me to say?
Neo-Nazi. Is that what he's saying?
Will I be? No, Yul. That was the only one. That wasn't a thing.
You know, there are a couple Twilight Zones out there, I think, with Telly Savalas with hair. He had hair for a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the most famous was Yul Brynner. The King and I. Remember, did you ever see The King and I?
No. I need
You've
to.
never seen The King and I?
I haven't.
Would you please leave now and go watch it? It's a classic.
I'll
watch it later.
I haven't seen The King and I.
Really?
I think I know the songs. Is that all I ask of you? No, that's...
Yul Brynner made one movie in my book. That's The Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in a bunch of movies. He was a...
Brick makes Paul
What about Westworld?
Huh?
Yeah.
Westworld.
Nope, I've never seen Westworld.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A
Yeah.
notorious prick, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
Yeah, notorious.
I finally cracked open...
Egomaniacal prick.
I finally cracked open the Frank Langella audiobook, which is exquisite. I recommend the audiobook.
Can't crack open an audiobook.
Did you chapter 2? Did you lose your
just
mind?
Words. They mean different things, Josh.
When the helicopter lands, did you lose your mind?
Which one?
The helicopter lands.
Oh yeah.
You lose your mind. There's amazing. Anyway,
and the Charles Lawton thing in the pool. And,
that's great.
It's amazing.
Well, you got me.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah.
The line was. He was homosexual, you know.
Yes, Frank.
In any event, Yul Brynner, he apparently a notorious prick.
Rex Harrison doesn't come off very well either.
Yeah, so much for Hollywood. We have a great world record today. I'm very excited. But let's see, Pat, you got the guitar out there?
I have guitars and pianos in here.
Okay, good.
What do you need?
I need to hear...
Why don't you dance us a little something there, Spider?
No,
Sing us something.
All right. Everybody calm down.
Pat had a baseball tribute last week, and this does need a little bit of a setup. It involves, were they gold panties? Am I getting this right?
Thong, yeah.
A thong, that's right, a thong. And
what do you mean, a song or a thong? What are you saying?
Thong song? I love that song.
Thong.
Derek Jeter, let me see if I can find this story.
His nickname was Jeets, Tom.
Jeets admitted that he was trying to, what they call it, busting your slump.
Right.
Josh, you know a lot about this because you worked for Rawlings, but baseball player gets into a slump, they do all kinds of stuff, and there are all kinds of sort of superstitions about how to get through it. On the Tonight Show, talking with Jimmy Fallon, Derek Jeter said that he put a thong on underneath his uniform to break this slump, and they did some research and found out that he was 0-32, and then on April 29th, 2004, the first pitch he took, he hit a home run. That's what he had just donned the gold thong. And Pat has created a brilliant, totally original song. Is that right, Pat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a slump-busting gold thong got Jeter out of a losing streak.
Is that right?
That's right. It's wrapped around his buttocks, stuck in his crack. It's hard for Jeets to take a leak. Oh, his teammate swears that it works. It'll get him out of that rut. Then Jeter hits a home run with that gold thong up his butt. Everybody. Just a slump-busting gold thong. That filthy thing goes on when the chips are down. Come on now. Just a slump-busting gold thong. Oh, wash it good and send it to Cooperstown.
So pretty.
Oh, God, I wish we could get that to Derek Jeter somehow. That's so funny. That is great. Thank you very much, Pat.
I think he would know the original.
Yeah, I don't think he's very familiar with the Three Dog Night catalog.
Yeah, what is the original of that?
Oh,
Yeah, just an old-fashioned.
Oh, you've never heard that? I'm sorry.
Of course I haven't heard that song.
I thought that was
I thought it was Sunrise Sunset for a second from like Fiddler. Yeah.
Sunrise Sunset.
Well, just the
Same chords. Yeah.
Home run, strike out. Home run, strike out. I don't know.
it writes itself.
What is happening?
We'll fire this up for you. Coming up, got a little bit of news about the Grammy Awards. And as I mentioned, one of the great artists of certainly the classic rock era, Bonnie Raitt, I think she won a couple of Grammys, including one of the big ones. That was kind of fun.
Is she still married to Noonan?
No.
Oh, okay.
If you ever get a chance to see her, she doesn't spectacular.
She doesn't want to talk about it.
Singer and
it's very uncomfortable. You even brought it up.
Right now, a couple quick things. Valentine's Day is what, a couple weeks away? Less than that, right?
April
let's
17th.
see. I'm guessing 8 days away because this is the 6th.
It is? Okay, very good. Thank you. Well, that means you got to do this right now.
Do it.
Valentine's Day, fellas, pay attention. Naturally nude pajamas. That sound good? Of course it does. Pajamagram has these beautiful pajamas. They've got all kinds of great ones, but these are the perfect ones for Valentine's Day. Put it this way, she'll love them, and so will you. They're called Naturally Nude Pajamas, and I think they're sexier than lingerie. They leave nothing to the imagination, and they're extraordinarily comfortable, according to Christy Lee, who issued an affidavit saying, I love these, and she was talking about them off the air about a month ago. So check this out. There's a great deal, 25% off if you go to pajamagram.com and use the code word nude, N-U-D-E, sexy. By the way, Pajamagram will wrap them up in a beautiful package for you. So, fellas, this is just a no-brainer. Ladies, too, 25% off those naturally nude pajamas. They've got all kinds of pajamas, including great stuff for the kids. Well, one year we all got the Santa Claus pajamas. Hilarious. Anyway, it's not really the Christmas time, and they don't want me to talk about that. They want me to talk about these. Ladies, naturally nude pajamas. Go to pajamagram.com right now. The code is N-U-D-E, nude. Save 25% with that code. Last year, these sold out before Valentine's Day, so I'm telling you, you might want to do it right now. Pull over. As they say, get her done. The Bob and Tom Show sent you. Be sure to tell them that. That's pajamagram.com. Coming up in sports, we have
LeBron closing in on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the captain. He's 36 points away. He plays the Lakers, Oklahoma City Thunder in Los Angeles tomorrow night. Also, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it's Super Bowl week. That's right. It's the Kansas City Chiefs fight song.
The Chiefs are on the wall.
For now.
Yeah, this is...
Yes. And this is
Shopping block.
the Philadelphia Eagles fight song.
Inspiring.
Yes.
Very inspiring.
More white guys.
And Kirk Cousins throws 3 touchdown passes. Attaboy, Kirky. He led the NFC to a 35-33 win over the AFC in the Pro Bowl games, is what they call this. And the NFL, when they need a little push, they hire the Manning brothers, and they were in full display at the Pro Bowl game. Had a full stadium for this dumb thing. And Myles Garrett ran the obstacle course, broke his toe. Well, dislocated his toe.
Okay.
So there you go. So I don't know how much longer players are going to be allowed to compete in this manner, considering their $500 million quantity out there. And what else? Kyrie Irving is out of New Jersey, finally. And we'll have more sports coming.
That's a weird deal, because his contract is done at the end of the season.
I don't know what was
it's
going
crazy.
on.
We'll get to all those things, and a great story about a guy who has been, they've been trying to find him for many, many years. He is, of course...
The fugitive.
And nope, that's not right. He's the
f***ing fugitive.
That's exactly right.
Have you heard about this? They found him making pizzas. I'm not kidding. That's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. February the 6th, it's a Monday on the way. Greg Warren with another edition of the Warren Report. We'll also catch up with Reno Collier, his country fried take. He'll be zooming his way in from the great state of Tennessee on a Monday. Christy Lee on vacation. Jessica Alsman sitting in at the news desk. And we're skating at full strength. There's Chick McGee at the sports desk. You got Josh Arnold at the sidekick chair, Ace Cosby running the board, Willie Griswold, Tom Griswold, and there's Pat Godwin in the performance room with his guitar. We're going to get a song out of Pat this morning, I Just Know It, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Monday morning. The actor who played Jim Dial on the TV series Murphy Brown has passed away. Charles Kimbrough died January 11th outside L.A., according to his son. He was 86 years old. Kimbrough told reporters in 96 that he knew when he died his obituary would lead with the fact that he played Jim Dial on Murphy Brown, and he was fine with that, and he was correct. Kimbrough said any actor who's in a big TV show will have to come to terms with that. Kimbrough also voiced a gargoyle in the Disney version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, also nominated for a Tony Award in 1971 for his performance in the musical Company. Kimbrough's second wife was actor Beth Howland, who played Vera on the sitcom Alice. Viola Davis blurted out what everyone was thinking at the Grammys. I just EGOT. Davis won a Grammy for Best Audiobook for her memoir, Finding Me. She's now won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Davis said during the Grammy premiere ceremony she wrote the book to honor the 6-year-old version of herself. And just in case you missed it, Harry Styles won Album of the Year at the Grammys last night. He says winning Album of the Year tells him that he's doing it right. And Beyonce set a Grammy record. That's right. She broke the record held by late conductor George Solti. Beyonce says she's trying not to be too emotional and just trying to, quote, receive this night. Congratulations to both Harry Styles and Beyonce. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Pretty good.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, say it to my face. And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called Oh, No, You Didn't. Well, it's hard to spell on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep.
So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, oh, no, you didn't.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
When your horse has run its very last race and there's nothing left to do, giddy up, giddy up. We don't think it's very good taste to turn him into glue. Giddy up, giddy so up. If your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, giddy up, giddy and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony.
Now, when you come into any participating Burger Pony restaurant and order our swale in a pail, every kid in your group will receive a free hot fudge sundae silence. And don't forget our Clint Eastwood Western spaghetti. And our delicious burgers, including the Daily Double and the Triple Crown. And remember our motto, if we're not in your neighborhood yet, your neighbors have probably passed a petition.
So if your horse has lost his stuff and his legs aren't thin and bony, and if his meat ain't very tough, then he comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony. Comes to Burger Pony.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? Drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie?
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom.
Oh, my turn? Hello. Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman in for Christy Lee at the news desk.
Howdy.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
His, you match entirely. Your shirt and your coloring, if you will. Doesn't he? You go together.
A caramel hue.
Oh.
Maybe?
I don't know who this caramel hue guy is, but
he was a boxer from the 30s.
He looks lovely. Here he comes now, caramel hue. He's got...
He'd be a horse.
He's got Mad Dog Willie on the run. Oh, there's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
Mad Dog Willie, man.
How long was I out? I'm Chick, and here's Tom Griswold.
Once again, Josh is sitting in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair getting ready for Valentine's Day, or as some call it, Valentine's Day. That's okay.
No, it's not okay. Don't do that.
Chick and I were talking off the air about something. Do you ever forget what day it is? Which I do occasionally. But
I was convinced, because I missed Friday morning, that Saturday afternoon was Sunday. I can't tell you how convinced I was.
You were in your Sunday mode.
I was in my Sunday mode.
Work.
I was laying my clothes out, if you will. I had my devotions ready for the next morning.
It's such a weird feeling. I woke up this morning, I thought it was Monday.
It is.
What?
Holy hell.
I went into work on a Sunday thinking, this is years ago, in DeLand, Florida, and
that's a weird
because I would actually it was what they called a daytimer. So you'd turn the station on. You'd have to flip this giant, like Frankenstein laboratory switch, and it was the wrong day.
We had one of those.
I got in there, and there was a guy doing a religious show.
Oh.
With like 4 people and guitars. What the hell's going on? Oh, wait a minute. It's Sunday. Sorry. That'll happen occasionally. Now, we have to catch Willie up to something, and I think Halsey as well.
What'd you guys do?
Well, Pat just played a great parody in honor of Derek Jeter and wearing the golden thong years ago. And your song, Pat, I believe was a slump-busting thong song in honor of Derek Jeter, saying he wore this thong to bust a 32-game streak of not getting any hits. Am I getting this right? Mm-hmm. Or 32 at-bats in a row, sorry. But that's a parody of this song. I think I can get this to work.
Yep, there it is.
Nice little organ. This is the band Three Dog Night. What's the most famous song? One, maybe?
No, it's got to be Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog. Joy to the World.
All I know is Mama told me not to come.
Just an old-fashioned love song playing on the radio.
This is creepy.
Hey.
It picks up.
This is classic rock, boy. Show some respect.
He's singing like a vampire is.
It is creepy. I forgot how the beginning is.
Baroque.
You swear you've heard it before. So it rambles on.
It's a vampire.
Here comes the hook. Wait.
Everybody.
Just an old-fashioned love song.
You ever heard this before?
Never.
How about you, Halsey? You've heard that?
I haven't. Not that I can think of.
When you guys said this picks up, this is what you meant. This picks up?
No.
Yeah, this is relatively speaking, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, I guess
Let me get to
This is where you dance.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Here we go.
Yep, that's as picked up as it gets.
Yeah.
They're really jamming now.
This was a band. It was a traditional rock band, but it had 3 lead singers.
I don't know why, but I remember Floyd Sneed being the drummer of Three Dog Night. I don't know why.
The late Floyd Sneed.
Yes.
Floyd is no longer with us.
Well, I'm guessing all of Three Dog Night's gone by now.
No.
I'm barely here.
No, but there are a couple of them left. In any event, that's what Pat did, a very fine knockoff of. Thank you very much, Pat.
That's a Paul Williams song, yeah.
It is.
They embraced the rock and roll lifestyle, though. I mean, they had the H, the horse, or whatever you want to.
The Haran.
I think.
Corey, Danny, Danny Hutton, I forget. Chuck Negron, and what was the third guy?
I forget.
I don't think there. I think at least one of them is deceased.
Danny Hutton, Corey Wells.
Okay. But a fine song in honor of Derek Jeter, and so I was hoping we could get it to Mr. Jeter. You don't think he would recognize the reference?
He might.
Okay.
All right. Let's say we get it to Derek Jeter. Right. Now, what was the actual wording of the? What would the title be, Pat?
A slump busting gold thong.
Okay. Do you know what else slump busting refers to?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you want to get this song to Derek Jeter.
He said on the Tonight Show, he said this was what his slump busting.
Okay.
Superstitious. One of the guys told him, wear this gold thong, you'll get a hit. He put the gold thong on, first pitch, home run. He talked about it on the Tonight Show.
I'm on board.
I enjoyed it very much, Pat. I think Mr. Jeter would get a kick out of it. I guess if you don't recognize what it's a knockoff of, it doesn't have a quality.
Oh, it would be meaningless to him. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm doubting he has. I mean, he's older than.
He would know Cisco's thong song that Willie alluded to earlier.
Yeah, he'd know that. That is a thong. That's a thong.
No, do I know that song?
That's a
thing right here.
Mike Tyson.
That is really fun.
It's a really fun song. I remember being like 8 years old listening to that song at the pool.
Make your booty
This
go.
is like the Chipmunks? What is that?
It's so good. It's so good. He wanted them to sing it again.
Tom, what you're saying, I don't know if you missed the lyrics, but what were the lyrics again?
Maybe make your booty go.
Make your booty go.
Make it go.
Oh, let's listen to maybe I can catch it this time.
No.
That's Mike Tyson singing.
You have there's whatever a lisp is. You have the opposite inside your ear, and you think you're hearing a lisp.
Let's have a fender lisp.
I don't think that's
I didn't hear that at all.
I didn't hear. This goes back to the original Mrs. Jones debate. No, he's not lisping at all.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
I think Jay Holiday, when you heard bed, you thought he had a lisp. I didn't hear a lisp in that either.
Here we go. Look at the eye so sad.
He might have a little bit of a lisp. I heard it a little.
I don't think he does, but I can understand why you thought so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No. I can understand why you thought so, and maybe we should talk about it off the air.
Let's continue it. That's.
It does kind of sound that way.
Maybe it's our headphones.
I'm not being critical. I must have missed this song when it came through the hit parade.
I mean, this song,
it was everywhere for a while.
It was so fun. And the music video, he had blonde hair.
Oh, yeah.
That sort of shaved blonde hair look.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know Drew Hill, but I knew Cisco. So that when Cisco was in the Will Smith Wild Wild West, whatever song, I thought it was just Cisco, but it was actually Drew Hill. It was a game changer. There you go.
You know the song Cisco Kid?
No. Is it spelled the same way with a Q?
It is not spelled. Of mine. Wow.
That's a great tune. Yeah, but that
I don't know about great.
That's not spelled the same way because the Cisco Kid was a real person from the world of.
I don't know if he was a real person.
From the
It's
old
spelled
West?
like San Francisco.
Wasn't he like a Zane Grey creation?
The band War, terrific band.
I thought this was Cheech and Chong the first time I heard it because they play it.
I believe that. It's a nice groove, I can tell you. Oh, yeah.
I love it.
These guys are.
I'm getting contact high just listening.
You ever hear this? No?
It's fun.
Oh, a tremendous band. Do you know the song with Eric Burden? Spill the wine. Spill the wine.
Or Lowrider.
Oh, yeah.
Lowrider?
Yeah, both of those.
All right, well, I'm sorry. How did we get to Cisco Kid?
I don't know.
Because she had dumps like a truck.
Have you ever really...
What?
Truck. Baby, move your butt.
You're making that booty go. Have you ever really listened to Monkey Man, the beginning, Rolling Stones? It's amazing. And this is going to sound like I sat around and got high all weekend. Yeah. But I listened to a lot of music, and I'd never really listened. I'm a monkey. The Monkey Man, the beginning. Have you ever listened to it?
Not recently.
Well, look around for it. What else are we doing?
I like to listen to. Can't You Hear Me Knocking? To me is my favorite Stones tune.
Start Monkey Man right now. I insist.
Boy, it's pretty good.
Well, by the way, coming up in the news.
Bear with us, folks.
While we're looking for this, coming up in the news, this song.
Now you got something.
Josh can't stand it anymore.
What do you want to listen to?
It's like you had a meeting over the weekend with radio consultants, and you're doing the exact opposite of everything they do.
That's exactly how our career has launched.
What do you fellas think? Okay, never mind.
All right, you ready?
Do you know why I played that?
You ready?
No,
yes,
what's
I know.
that?
It's a world record.
It's a world record.
Oh.
Listen. You do have a full-length mirror, you know.
Do you fling the robe off, then do the tuck? See what you look
Possibly,
like. What you look like as a woman. You ever do that?
I had quite the weekend with myself. I had quite the talk with myself over the weekend, if you must know. I lost today. It was unbelievable. Anyway.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Kelly has a cracked tooth. So I was trying to find.
Did you lose your temper? You need to tell us right now.
You hit her again?
Oh my gosh, Billy.
I hit her with a frozen monkey.
I wanted to say that so bad, but I'm glad a member of the family could joke about it.
Maybe you can help me here. Why is the word endodontist not endodentist? And then when I typed in endodontist, it didn't recognize it in my whatever that system is.
Did it make you angry when it's spelled wrong? It made you angry?
I knew it was endodontist, so I type in endodontist, then it flashes the thing going misspelling.
Dont must be the don or whatever must be some Latin because they're periodontist.
Orthodontist.
You're trying to type something in and you can't even get close enough for Google to correct you.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't know what your irregardless isn't spelled this way with 9 R's.
I'm just calling 911. Something's wrong.
He's having a stroke.
Chick, sometimes one of my friends, if she can't spell a word, we'll just be sitting in a room, totally quiet. Everyone's just hanging out. And then you just hear her just click the button and go, versatile. Doing voice to text,
right.
but enunciating completely. That way the phone actually gets it.
The only people in this room that care about spelling correctly in a text probably me and Josh.
Yeah, and correct punctuation.
Did you hear the judgment in his voice when he said that?
Okay, it's not judgment. The rest of you are dummies. That's all he's saying.
And that's why if I ever have to text you, I'm very, I have to look up words to make sure I'm using the right word in general because I don't want to get judged.
The level of worry and paranoia you have when
anxious.
texting Tom.
And Willie has this thing, and I don't know where this comes from. I
got a couple guesses where everything
I like to use ellipses, dot, which is and from the world of grammar, that's a way to separate unconnected thoughts easily without using punctuation. And you think it's somehow, what is your thought?
It's dismissive, rude, right? It's rude, and also you just overuse them. You use them in places where one shouldn't be using ellipses.
I just take it, he's taking a breath.
Here we go, ready for this? Dot, good morning. Space, dot. So already, get out of here. I hate you. Way too many.
Just give it a little air.
Dot, good morning, space, dot. If you hit Starbucks again, count me in, dot, exclamation point. What do those mean?
Do you think your phone
don't mean anything?
Is it just trying to do it for you, knowing that you usually use them?
It's so no, he says it. He goes, he'll go, Siri, send Willie a message saying, dot. If you hit Starbucks, ellipses, count me in.
Just say the word ellipses. You don't have to say dot.
It's you use them so inconsistently.
No, it's a way to just separate things.
But
it's not.
In other words, I can say, hey Josh, ellipses. Don't forget to bring in those 3 screwdrivers, ellipses. By the way, I heard a really cool thing in the New York Times about. In other words, you're separating thoughts without having to bother to.
So you're not, but that's incorrect punctuation. It should be by the way, comma, and then period.
How about it at that kind of time?
Josh, how about this? Dot, once again, dot. If you hit Starbucks, I'm in for a venti cappuccino. So he dot to start.
The one that fascinated me was the end of the sentence. It ended with an ellipses and then an exclamation point.
It's crazy.
I like it.
Here's that saying.
I like it.
Would you please pick up the GD coffee? That's the
Next time you say that.
Yes.
Willie would appreciate it.
I would love that. If you would give me a damn coffee, kid.
Now you'll notice the last two I have no ellipses.
I've
learned my lesson.
If I was a family counselor, I'd have some advice for you too. But I think there's a lot going on here other than the ellipses. I'm just saying.
Family counseling, buddy. I tried.
I know.
I appreciate the coffee.
Did Kelly's tooth get fixed?
Not yet.
That's gotta suck, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does it make you angry? Make you want to just close your fist?
Why don't you guys go home tonight, cook a dinner together, and let the healing begin? How about that?
Boy, I've got a daughter with a broken arm.
Yeah.
Really call somebody, will you?
You went wild over
I didn't break her arm, and I didn't break her tooth.
I thought I had a rocky
I'm just saying, you try finding an endodontist at noon on a Saturday. It's not easy.
Somebody do something.
I just wondered why it's not an endodontist. That's all. Isn't that a fair question?
Start swinging.
Periodontist?
No, periodontist.
Who's this dental guy?
By the way, is that defendable in a court of law when you're doing the windmill with your arms and you hit somebody?
Yeah.
And Right, and you can go, I didn't aim it. It was not on purpose.
Are you wearing a blindfold?
Yeah, possibly.
Were you doing it, emulating the robot from Space Family Robinson, whatever the hell it was?
Yep, that's it.
Right now, I want to talk about having a great meal with the big game just around the corner. Maybe we're having a party. How about getting HelloFresh involved? Because you don't want to spend all that time in the checkout line. The grocery stores are going to be crowded. How about this? Let HelloFresh do the shopping for you. The ingredients, of course, are as fresh as can be. This week, like every week, 40 recipes to choose from. HelloFresh has everything from whatever your food lifestyle might be, from like fit and wholesome food to family friendly to maybe low cal or low carb or quick and easy vegan. They've got it all. And by the way, it's very simple to swap proteins or side dishes. You pretty much get what you want, and what you're going to get is a box with fresh ingredients and the recipe cards that show you how to put it together. They've also done all the measuring for you, so it's ready to go. Some of these are very, very quick. This is a new thing. The things like the falafel power bowl or the Southwest pork and bean burritos ready in just 15 minutes. Willie, what do you got over there?
Check out the lemon tortelloni Palermo with roasted bell pepper and Parmesan. HelloFresh sends you 8 ingredients. Put those together in 6 easy steps. In just over a half hour, you have this delicious, colorful pasta dish that you made at home with help from our friends at HelloFresh.
HelloFresh is committed to quality, too. That's really important. Their ingredients travel from the farm right to your doorstep, so you know they're going to be extra fresh. Sign up today, by the way. There's a new code because now 65% off and free shipping. This is the best offer ever from HelloFresh. They want you to give it a shot. BT Show 65 is the code. Just go to HelloFresh.com/BT Show 65. Like Bob Tom Show, BT Show 65, HelloFresh.com/BT Show 65. Coming up, we have a fascinating story about a guy who's been on the lam for quite some time and
The fugitive
has been caught making pizzas. What? And we've got a great world record and other cool stuff coming. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you really save before we stick you in your grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown. Now, we have a request. Christy, do you feel like doing a little something over there?
Something like what?
Well, we have a request for Christy does a thing she does on occasion on stage with Henry Phillips.
Oh, I see what
They
you're
are going to be working together.
Oh,
I don't know.
We were going to use that
We
as
have
a
to do
tease
the,
to get people to Wiley's on Saturday to
No.
see the big.
Well,
the big show.
The big
that'd be nice, but
duet.
there are a lot of people who can't make it.
Didn't
to the
we?
show.
Didn't we hear a new version of the? Wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Did you guys ever?
Yeah,
play
we did get that.
Oh, cool.
We played that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we? Can you do the original? Do you know?
That's the more politically correct version.
Mm-hmm.
you ever guys tried this on the air here?
Have we? Yeah, I think we have. I don't know. Gosh, Henry, it's been so long since I've seen you, and I just thought that would be great to kind of maybe sit here and talk about some things like the weather. Have you noticed how hot it's gotten? Oh my God, and the humidity.
She's talking again.
I have some friends that have shown
really
up
bugging
at
me.
the
She's
beach
talking
wearing the
again.
most ungodly
It's so
outfits.
embarrassing. I look at my friend.
I don't know what women are thinking.
I think
these
she's
days.
psycho because she's talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and
that's great,
talking.
but you know, at least make sure your surgeon gets your nipples in the right place, because I hate it when they skew left. God, what is that all about? You would think.
She's talking again. I need a cigarette. She's talking
And
again.
then there's the other
I
girl
wish
who
we
wore this
never met.
horrible
She's
makeup the
talking
other day.
again.
Oh my God, the scars
She's
she
like a
had.
TV set. She's talking and talking and talking. I'm gonna go insane.
That cellulite was something everybody
I'm in
has, so
horrific
why
pain.
would you even do that to yourself? And then
I think she's on cocaine.
Scars, your stomach looks like a battleground.
Maybe I
now.
need
It's
some
not
because she's
attractive.
talking and talking
Oh my
and
God.
talking and talking.
And I'll tell you what, if she
I
wears that
don't
bathing
care
suit
about
one
a
more time,
word
I
you
am gonna
say.
have to-
You
I don't know.
already told that
Strap
stupid
her to her
story
room so
anyway.
she sees a
I'm
mirror.
gonna get a 38 and blow myself away because you're talking.
You look at yourself in the mirror and go, this is as good as I am ever going to look. Oh, my God. And to go out in public like that? What is she thinking? I was at a black tie event
She's
the other night.
talking
Henry,
again.
and the girl had
It's
on this
really
dress.
bugging me. She's talking again.
In a beautiful
It's
tuxedo.
so embarrassing.
She
I look
has
at
on
my
this
friends.
Unbelievably low
I think
cut
she's
dress.
psycho because she's talking and
Believe
talking
it.
and
Here we
talking.
are trying to raise money for a charity, and her breasts are hanging out.
She's talking again.
Oh my God, she's 55 years old. Come
She's
on,
talking
Amy.
again.
Press your age. What are you trying to prove?
She's talking
we all
again.
know that once you start drinking, you're going to hit on your husband's best friend, and that is not
She's
attractive.
talking again.
Yeah, right.
See what you miss when you're gone for just a couple of months, hon?
Wow.
Christy Lee, along with Henry Phillips. I heard something about nipples the wrong way
Yeah,
and
have you
breasts
ever
hanging
seen
out.
that?
Skewing the wrong way?
Yeah.
Sometimes they put them back, they're not exactly
Okay, thank you.
lined up.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Marty Feldman nipples.
Is that what they call it in the textbooks?
I
for the
think so.
plastic surgeon?
Yes.
Yeah,
Give us the other side.
They were all in attendance and paying attention.
And then we could see who voted against it.
Oh.
And get them out of there.
Go back where you came from, pizza hater.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
Joel Lindley is our guest. Now, do you drink at all?
I do drink.
Really? But that's got to be scary.
I went to buy beer the other day, and you know they sell non-alcoholic beer, right? Which is a good idea. But did you know they sell it by the keg?
I did not.
What kind of a loser consumes a whole keg of non-alcoholic beer? I mean, if you don't drink, fine. You know, have no duels, but you know, don't do funnels. What are you going to brag to your friends the next day? Oh, dude, you should have been there. I mean, we were pounding that keg till 4 in the morning. I was so bloated. Then I drove everyone home.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a gigantic warehouse of stuff I don't get.
I can't
and they
understand
serve non-alcoholic beer there.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
In the performance room. He's getting ready to perform. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
Hi. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
With a series of letters.
Holy heck. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. A couple quick things. Quick correction. Chick was talking about, is it a crime if you're just flailing your arms around and whack somebody in the face?
And walk toward a crowd and just hit somebody. Am I in the wrong there? I don't know.
And I mentioned the robot. I called it Space Family Robinson. I think the show was called Lost in Space.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes.
Wasn't there a version called Space Family Robinson? Maybe not.
They redid Lost in Space from a series. I think it's on Netflix. They keep trying to recreate Battlestar Galactica. They're not going to get it done, but they keep trying, bless their hearts.
If you have never seen Battlestar Galactica, it is absolutely brilliant. I don't even know how to describe it.
The updated version, not the
Tom's talking about the original.
No, not the original. No, the original. No,
yeah. The
second updated version. Yes, with Edward James Olmos. Yes,
it's so weird that they'll take something and completely switch it around, and
it's so much better than the original.
Yeah. Sometimes they just want to keep the title because they don't have to create something out of that's brand new that people aren't familiar with. Now, where was I? Oh, I know. We were going to check in with Chick McGee at the Bob and Tom Sports Desk. Have we missed anything?
So much, Tom. Golden State All-Star guard Steph Curry has partial tears in a ligament and a membrane in his left leg and lower leg contusion. The team says he'll be sidelined, but they're not sure for how long, possibly the rest of the season. Kyrie Irving got traded to the Dallas Mavericks from the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets.
That'd be funny. They're all giraffes.
Yeah, that'd be... They're all dunking.
Oh, I'd go see that.
They would have to hold the basketball in their mouth, though, to get it.
They can still dunk.
I'm concerned I'm actually giving this a look to see how we can have a giraffe basketball team. And
you're going to need that kid that cleans up the court a lot more. Mm-hmm. You may need a squeegee.
They had Stephon Diggs of the Buffalo Bills catching footballs on a trampoline in a cloud of smoke. Yes, that was the NFC AFC Pro Bowl games. And they also had 3 different flag football games. But if you shake it down, here's the result. Kirk Cousins threw 3 touchdown passes Sunday in the flag football competition to rally the NFC to a 35-33 victory over the AFC in the Pro Bowl games. So there you go. And, of course, we have coming up on Sunday this year's biggest game in the history of the world. It's Super Bowl 57. Kansas City Chiefs, and they landed first, followed by the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's still Eagles minus 1.5 right now as I'm talking to you. And Wing King and poultry prognosticator Drew Cerza says bet the ranch on Super Bowl Sunday. He set the over-under at 1.45 billion chicken wings eaten in the Wing King Sportsbook, citing data from the National Chicken Council and his own analysis of the industry. Americans are just so passionate about chicken wings, Willie, as we are about football. Chicken producers are back at full capacity. Good news. Remember when we had the chicken wing shortage?
Yeah. Right. Wingstop, they stepped up, had the chicken thighs for a while.
Thighs,
nothing, chicken thigh, nothing to shake your head at.
Amazing.
I prefer the chicken thighs.
Drew says Buffalo wings remain a solid minus 150 favorite against the field of all other wing flavors. Ranch dressing is the heavy condiment favorite over blue cheese. Dippers outnumber non-dippers 7-3 at Super Bowl parties.
That's interesting. Now, I'm sorry, go back to the game. What's the spread now on this? I didn't.
Minus 1.5. Eagles are favored.
Eagles are favored by minus 1.
And it was -2 last week, so they know something.
No, you're heading out there when?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning, okay. Willie's going to be out there with Kostaki Economopoulos. Hope to hook up with our friend Frank Caliendo, the great comedian.
What, is he not returning your calls or something?
I'm going back and forth with Mr. Caliendo.
Oh, you are in contact?
Yes, I am in contact with him.
Why hasn't he decided he's going to go? What the hell's he got going on?
You know Frank?
I do know Frank.
Okay. Now, here we go. I mentioned, or Chick rather mentioned, flailing around and punching someone in the face accidentally. It's from this.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Remember that class? And that particular robot, that robot has appeared in dozens of movies and shows. It was, remember that kind of a 50s-esque, kind of a naive, if you will, primitive-looking robot.
Springy arms.
Yeah.
Was that after they did Nomad on Star Trek? Not Nomad. Yeah, because on Star Trek, the original series, they used the same robot-looking thing constantly. They just changed around. Nothing?
I don't know. I missed that one. Speaking of Star Trek, tomorrow we're probably going to be featuring an interview with Mr. William Shatner.
Ooh.
Is that right?
I'm scheduled to talk to him today.
Is that right?
We'll see. That's the plan. We'll see if that works out. But in honor of all the chicken wings, I think it's only appropriate that we play this.
A chicken farmer went out one dark and windy day. By the coop he rested as he went along his way. And all at once a rotten egg hit him in the eye. It was the sight he dreaded. Ghost chickens in the sky. The farmer had raised chickens since he was 24. Working for the colonel for 30 years or more. Killing all those chickens and sending them to fry. Now they want revenge. Ghost chickens in the sky. Everybody. Beaks were black and shiny, their eyes were burning red. They had no meat or feathers, these chickens were dead. They picked the farmer up and he died by the claw. They cooked them extra crispy and ate them with coleslaw. Chickens in the sky.
Sean Morey, one of the absolute classics, Ghost Chickens in the Sky. I know. Halsey, do you recognize what that's a knockoff of?
I don't. Wait, no, no, I don't. I thought I had it. It was right there.
Kumbaya is the Ghost Riders in the Sky. No,
I feel.
No, anybody?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
this is classic.
But it's okay that Jessica doesn't know what
Half
that
the
is.
time, it's like if I hear it, I'm like,
Very,
oh, okay.
very old. And
I remember
she's
that.
young.
From a show.
But it's a classic.
I'm trying to meet you halfway.
Willie, did you recognize that?
I mean, goodness, no. I've got no idea what that song is. I love the Sean Morey song. It's fun. I didn't know it was even, I thought it was Sean's own
How
thing.
dare you?
It's a fun song.
Riders in the sky.
Who sang that?
Johnny Cash.
Oh, geez.
World
sorry.
record coming up.
Oh, and have you seen the picture?
Yes, darling, I've seen it.
It's my favorite.
Yes, honey.
Dog lovers don't go anywhere. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
You ever been to one of those? They have one line, and you have to be focused.
It's a special register just for cigarettes.
Yeah, they only have the cigarettes in one line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and
sure.
The guy who worked at that line, militant anti-smoker. I walked up, I was like, Marlboro Lights, and he goes, like he's exhausted. It's like soft pack or hard. And I'm like, hard. He goes, hundreds of regular. And I'm like, regular. He goes, you wouldn't have to answer all these questions if you just quit smoking. And I was like, you son of a gun. You did not. And then he backs off. He's like, you'll quit when you're ready. I smoked for 27 years. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah. And he goes, when I knew it was time to quit smoking? And I was like, no. And he goes, it was when my doctor told me I have lung cancer. And I'm like, wait, you have one line to buy cigarettes and you put the lung cancer guy in charge of that line? You can't. You don't have a 17-year-old just discovering the joys of tobacco that you can stick. You can't make. I think lung cancer could be the greeter, and it would be a lot harder to work into the conversation.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Thanks to Jessica Alsman for getting up early and coming in this morning, filling in for Christy Lee at the news desk. Christy on assignment this week, and she will be back coming up the Monday after Super Bowl 57. Now, she's not at the Super Bowl, but two of our cast members will be. Willie Griswold heading out to Glendale, Arizona, joining Kostaki Economopoulos, our NFL correspondent, and Frank Caliendo as well, right there on Media Row. We'll be talking with them on both Thursday and Friday of this week, getting ready for the big game on Sunday. So we'll be all over it here on the Bob and Tom Show with Willie G and Kostaki and the great voice man himself, Frank Caliendo. Again, that's coming up on Thursday and Friday as we get ready for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 57. And the Bob and Tom Show, all over it as usual. And, of course, Chick McGee at the sports desk, keeping you updated on all the details and information about the players and the contest as we move forward this week on a Monday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kirk Cousins threw 3 touchdown passes yesterday to rally the NFC to a 35-33 victory over the AFC in the Pro Bowl games and end that conference's 5-game losing streak. Golden State All-Star guard Steph Curry has partial tears to a ligament and a membrane in his left leg and a lower leg contusion. The team says he'll be sidelined, but aren't sure for how long. And All-Star point guard Kyrie Irving is being traded by the Nets to the Dallas Mavericks, according to a person with knowledge of the situation. The Mavericks will trade Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a package of draft picks to the Nets. NBA winners last night: Orlando, Cleveland, Toronto, New York, New Orleans, and Minnesota. And one top 25 college basketball game. Number 3, Houston beat Temple 81-65. And, of course, the Chiefs and Eagles have landed. They're in Phoenix, Arizona for this Sunday's Super Bowl 57. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Attention, Fergler shoppers. You need hardware, you need Fergler. That's right, Fergler's Hardware Store. Fergler's dares you to beat their prices on anything in the store. That's right, Crazy Ernie's lost his mind and everything must go. Ladders, lumber, nails, including the kitchen sink. Fergler's Hardware Store, where you make out like a burglar when you shop at Fergler's. Free popcorn Mondays, free coffee Fridays, free parking. It's Crazy Ernie's going out of business sale. Everything must go. Fergler's Hardware Store. If Fergler's doesn't have it, you don't Fergin need it.
Hi, I'm Ernie Fergler.
He's Ernie Fergler. If you don't come buy some stuff today, he'll kick your ass. Be there. Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's a
cow.
good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Grandfather dies, life will be strange. When grandfather dies, my whole world will change. When grandfather dies, I'll scream and I'll yell, 'cause I'll be rich as hell.
And then I figured I didn't need to write anymore.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Now, Dwight Slade is our guest. Now, Dwight is a very healthy guy, but you were saying that you had a colonic?
I had a colonic. It's a water skiing accident that you do on purpose.
This is where they fill your lower cavity with...
Why don't you walk me through this?
With water.
Yeah.
Is there an audio component to this as the revealing is taking place?
Like nothing I've ever heard.
Yeah, they play this. There it goes now.
Day.
Hey, Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman at the news desk for Christy Lee.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
Hey, there's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
Yes, I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Well, I've got a stack of letters.
Oh.
Look at this. Anybody else got any?
Yeah, I got some letters over here, too.
How's everybody doing out there?
You go first.
Okay, well, here's a letter. The subject is Tom and ellipsis. No, Tom, no. That is not how ellipsis are used. And he's not mad, but he's really disappointed.
That hurts.
Yeah, and then he sends the...
I just use them as separators while texting.
He sent the definition, so you can look at that later on.
Okay.
I also have, Dear Willie, I think Tom is mixing the Morse code in with his text. Thanks,
Ooh.
Brian. I like that.
That's a great idea.
And then finally...
Dot, dash, dash, dot, 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 dot.
I agree that old-fashioned love song is creepy. I can see Jeffrey Dahmer and Buffalo Bob dancing outside someone's window to this. Also, my dad had a Tom moment, he says. He called a telescope one of those big microscopic devices for looking at the stars.
Aww.
Yeah, sometimes the words just don't come to you. You gotta you gotta kind of MacGyver the word.
I get it. I called a towel a really big napkin the other day.
Wow. You must have been eating wigs. Am I right?
well worth it. We got stacks of mail here. But right now, I think we have to get back to the sports page. Am I correct?
Stupid world record. Tom is so excited. And I'm excited because there are dogs involved, but that's about it. A German dog trainer and his team of talented puppy dogs broke the Guinness World Record for the most dogs in a conga line.
Are they all on their hind legs?
Yes, it's hilarious.
The German dog trainer.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
A little loud. Wait a minute. I can't turn this thing off. Okay, sorry. I found the button. Sorry. That was rather loud. I apologize.
The German dog trainer Wolfgang Lauenberger achieved the record title after leading 14? That's it? 14 dogs in a conga line.
That's pretty good.
His successful attempt beats the previous record of 9 dogs. Shattered it.
Shadooby. Look at this, guys. Come on.
He broke the record set by his very own daughter, Alexa.
Now, are they just walking, or do they do that thing where they go, dut, 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 one leg out,
Yes.
dut, 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 other leg out.
That'd be cool. It's pretty good. My only problem with this, all these dogs are about the same size, and I think comedically, it'd be much better if it started with like a Shih Tzu, for example, and then they got bigger and bigger and bigger by breed, and ended with a German Shepherd.
Yeah, they did the opposite. He has the largest dogs. They look like poodles are in the beginning.
Yeah, you have. I mean, you have to, otherwise they'd all be hunched over.
A Great Dane squishing a poodle.
And you're probably
it's so ridiculous.
You're probably wondering what were the dogs' names. Well, I have them.
Oh,
Emma, Philou, Finn, Simon, Susie, Maya, Ulf, ULF, Speck, BB, Katie, Jennifer, Elvis, Charlie, and Kathy.
All right.
They're such sweet-looking doggies. They're having a good time, and it's a world record. So that's better than a lot of the world records we've had.
That is fun.
When's the last time you were at a conga line? Anybody? Isn't that pretty much exclusively a drunken wedding thing?
Yeah, it must have been a wedding years ago.
I'm almost certain I've never been in a conga line.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, you got to cross that one off.
I've never done a conga line. I've never done the...
electric slide?
Limbo.
The bunny hop.
You're a limbo man?
No, I've never done limbo.
Oh, you got to live, man.
Yeah, for you and me to do the limbo, we need one of those little carts that they use at gas stations to get underneath the car.
I mean, wheel us under, probably? Yeah, that'd be all right.
Have you done the Macarena?
I've never done... Well, yeah, the Macarena was pretty popular.
We never did the Soul Train line?
No, never did the Soul Train line.
How does that work?
Got people lined up on either side and you go down the line.
That's fun.
I'm not sure I'm familiar with
you
that.
You dance down the middle of all the...
Kind of like the TV show Soul Train, correct?
That's exactly what he's referring to. You look up those videos. They're a real treat.
Okay, well, this is just sweet if you're a dog. You got to look this up. The world record conga line for dogs.
That is fun.
Well, and the dogs seem to be having a great time.
Well, sure.
They're getting treats, probably.
Well, they should probably get a sombrero and have them eat treats out of the hat. It's like a giant bowl. Don't you have one of those sombrero bowls for guac at your house?
That's right. The guac goes in the middle, the chips around it.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Rim there.
I love that. It's very fun. You know what I like about that, too, is if there's a chance, and it always happens, it's no big deal, you guys. If you spill a little guacamole as you go back to your mouth, with the sombrero bowl, if you spill, it just goes back on the chips, baby. There's no problem there at all.
No, you upcycle, essentially.
Yeah, what brilliant.
Anybody looks happy in a conga line. You realize that. Like, if I were to hold people hostage in a bank, and I finally negotiated whatever with the police, and they said, send out the hostages, I would go, okay, you're going out in a conga line. And when they do, the police might go, you know what, this wasn't so bad. No. Look at him.
Let him go.
Having a good time.
Just crying.
This would have been Dog Day afternoon. They let the hostages out. Oh, we have the video.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they are a little alert.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I don't like that there's a person in front. That wasn't mentioned in the story.
What?
There's a person holding up the first dog.
Is that cheating, you think?
That's absolutely cheating. The dog should be...
And this isn't the record. This is the guy's daughter, and then he beat her record.
All this lady's doing is dragging 8 dogs.
Hey,
no, but the dogs are all... She's got them all...
We should have never seen the video.
Josh, what if it starts...
Better in my head.
What if the leader is like a small donkey or maybe like a hippo or something?
I mean,
I like donkey.
Look, I know that you've expressed before that you are and I'm quoting you, huge fan of unlikely animal friendships.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely. You give me an alligator and a bird that are friends, get 5 hours on YouTube minimum.
Like those birds that pick the teeth of the alligators?
Yes, they're buddies.
Have you had a chance to check out Lyle the crocodile?
I almost watched it by accident.
I bet you did.
By accident.
Is it
what
a fun?
Were you looking for?
Is it a new show?
No, it's a movie on something, and every now and then I see it, and my TV for some reason thinks I'd enjoy it, but I have not watched it yet.
Do you ever come across something on your TV so much,
Yeah.
and you just go, you know what? I have to watch it.
I thought you meant
You don't come across your TV.
When you say come across, you meant come across.
I just meant...
He meant C-O-M.
Well, that's the problem.
No, C-O-M-E.
Like you don't want to watch whatever it is, Johnny English, the Rowan Atkinson James Bond series, but it keeps popping up on all your apps.
Did you finally give in?
Yeah, so one day you just go, I guess that I'm the kind of guy that watches Johnny English on a Tuesday afternoon. This is who I am now.
So you've decided that your TV knows you better than you know yourself.
It does know me.
It's the algorithm, as they say.
And by the way, I watched Johnny English. Tremendous film. I don't know how that didn't win any Oscars.
Yes,
that was funny.
Rowan Atkinson.
Oh, he's the best. Is that the one where he has the turkey on his head?
No, that's the Mr. Bean with what's his name from Sophie's Choice.
That's fantastic. Good morning and hello.
Oh, there they are.
All truck drivers out there.
This is this is a video, Tom, of the most dogs in a conga line. And once again,
Josh, my criticism is, but I still like it. Who am I kidding? I like it.
He's only holding one hand.
He sure is.
I have a question. What do you think the
Look at
last?
these dogs.
What do you think the last dog? What do you think? Why is the last dog hanging on?
And yes,
He's so happy to be involved.
he's got the hardest part in a sense.
Yeah.
Really has to keep up.
He's lost contact with the trainer. He doesn't know what's going on.
No one's giving him a back rub.
It's still great.
How do you teach them to do that?
It's so cute.
Well, they really do seem to be enjoying themselves.
That's a fantastic world record. Please watch. You can watch this on the Bob and Tom YouTube show. Is that right, Ace?
You know what I bet the biggest problem is when you're training the dogs to be in a conga line, the way they're positioned is
keeping them from
humping.
How feelings take over when you're a dog and they just go at it.
Yeah, pretty soon it's a canine centipede.
Remember that time I told you I was driving along a major highway and I looked over and there was a dog giving it to another dog and a bunch of his dog buddies were standing around watching it.
Did you really? Like in Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
On the driveway?
That's exactly right. It was the scene from Boogie Nights, only with dogs.
Did you roll your window down?
No.
Like he's at the dog pound at Arsenio.
Can you imagine if we saw that?
Give it to her!
If you drove by and there were all those dogs watching that and one guy, there's one human also who's checking it out.
And he's holding the hands of the first dog. That's sad.
My God.
Coming up, we have a special third-generation trucker request we're going to get on. Plus, we have got a lot of mail, a lot of cool stuff.
Sounds like it's a baby truck.
Got an update on the Chinese balloon. Finally shot down. We'll find out what that's all about, maybe. And a bizarre story, semi-related to Seinfeld.
Can I ask a favor?
Yeah.
I would like to hear Josh's thoughts on the Chinese balloon.
Okay.
Because I know the friendship between Josh Arnold and the nation of China knows no bounds.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it was.
Because they said it was just a research. It went off course.
I think we have every reason to believe them. why we wouldn't take that?
You mean except for the
just a research thing, Tom.
the vial of COVID-20 on board.
20?
Or COVID-23, whatever the hell it was. I mean, they have satellites up there. They can see everything already. It's not
I was
like
going to say, the people, it's over, people. It's done. They're getting what they wanted. It's over. We should have stopped them at iPhone 2.
It would have been perfect, though, if that Chinese balloon had been the big boy, the big boy statue.
I think I, for one, am ready to be in a communist society because obviously the decisions I've made about my life have not been very...
You're ready for someone else to
I'm ready for somebody else to tell me what I'm doing. Tell me where I should be. I'm fine.
Move to Cuba. 5-6 years in, you'll probably get a TV with 2 channels.
That's exactly fine.
Right now, I want to talk about Valentine's Day again because I don't want you, fellas, I don't want you to be the one going, I should have listened. I forgot to get it done. Steven Singer Jewelers. Steven can help you out here. He can get this done immediately. Steven Singer has announced the brand new 24-karat gold-dipped rose color for this year. It's periwinkle. We talked to Steven last week. It's kind of a, there's one right there. It's kind of a violet/blue/purple. It's a real American Beauty rose dipped in 24-karat gold. If jewelry isn't her thing, maybe this is her thing. People collect them, and they always sell out before Valentine's Day, so get on it today. You go to IHateStevenSinger.com. 24-karat gold dip periwinkle rose. This rose won't go bad on you the way the real ones die pretty quick.
Oh, you know how bad roses smell when they go bad.
Well, there's not an odor either to this, but thank you for bringing that aspect of it up.
Okay.
Fast and free shipping. Steven Singer Jewelers, and of course, Steven famous for his guarantee. Earrings, always a good idea, fellas. Bracelets.
He sent this wrapped up in love necklace.
Oh, that looks great.
Very nice. I love
That's
it very much.
nice,
Thank you,
Halsey.
Steven.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with jewelry, ladies and gentlemen. Fast and free shipping, and of course, Steven's famous guarantee. You can always upgrade and get the details from IHateStevenSinger.com. By the way, if you order before 2 o'clock today, it's out the door today. And the fast and free shipping ends this Friday at 2 Eastern Time, so just get it done today. Exclusively only from Steven Singer Jewelers at IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. When we come back, we have Chinese balloons in the news. We have what happens when a cow humps a Tesla. Ooh, not good. And a bizarre Seinfeld-esque story. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry.
The human drama of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
this is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
Hey, Greg Warren's going to be our guest later this morning with another edition of The Warren Report. You can find out more about him and his tour schedule. He's out on a comedy tour, GregWarrenComedy.com. I can't tell you this Saturday night, February 11th, he'll be at Hastings City Auditorium in Hastings, Nebraska. And then the following weekend, Thursday, February 16th through Saturday, February 18th at 3 Ravens in Monticello, Illinois. That's Greg Warren, GregWarrenComedy.com. Kostaki Economopoulos will be our guest on Tuesday talking about the National Football League. And Tuesday, February 17th, he'll be at Yellow & Company in Mahomet, Illinois. Wednesday, February 18th at the Strand Theater in Shelbyville, Indiana. That's Kostaki.com. And then he'll be heading out, of course, to cover the Super Bowl in Glendale, Arizona with Willie Griswold, Kostaki Economopoulos, and Frank Caliendo live. And we're going to have them on the air previewing the Super Bowl both Thursday and Friday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at your entertainment news headlines. Harry Styles won Album of the Year at the Grammy Awards, taking home the top honor on a night that Beyoncé dominated and became the ceremony's most decorated artist. Beyoncé won her 32nd award Sunday, breaking a 26-year-old record. But as in years past, the Album of the Year honor eluded her. Styles took home 3 awards Sunday. Still, Beyoncé stands alone on her career Grammy throne, surpassing the late composer George Solti with her 32nd career win. She thanked her husband Jay-Z and her family for supporting her. Bad Bunny opened the Grammy Awards with a festive, high-energy performance that brought many of the audience, including Taylor Swift, who rose to her feet and danced near her table. For the first time in almost 2 months, the box office does not belong to blue people. After 7 weeks as the top film in theaters, Avatar: The Way of Water finally knocked out of the #1 spot by the M. Night Shyamalan thriller Knock at the Cabin, and the octogenarian comedy 80 for Brady. Knock at the Cabin dethroned James Cameron 3D sci-fi epic with an estimated $14.2 million in ticket sales. Second place went to 80 for Brady, a comedy about 4 friends who take a trip to the 2017 Super Bowl. It opened with an estimated $12.5 million. Avatar: The Way of Water slid into third with $10.8 million in its 8th weekend out there. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
That's awful.
Awful entertaining. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Time now for Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins became the first NFL team to go undefeated for all of their regular and postseason games. Most analysts agree that their marvelous no-name defense was the key to their brilliant performance. But perhaps no other defense in the NFL compares to the one seen in 1994 when O.J. Simpson faced double homicide charges in an L.A. courtroom. We salute you, Orenthal James Simpson, NFL Hall of Famer, accused murderer, and free American citizen.
This has been Bob and Tom Super Bowl Trivia.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Chrissy on vacation. That's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
Josh Arnold is here.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
That's him. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much, Chickster.
You have something cooking over there, it looks
Good to have you back. Well, got a lot of things going on. We were talking about this balloon thing. It's kind of it's been a big story for the weekend. You've probably first heard about it. There was this giant Chinese balloon over Montana. And there are, of course, lots of different theories about it. But in case you haven't heard, it was finally shot down. And there were people, politicians going, why didn't you shoot it down right away? And one argument is because they didn't want the collateral damage to take out Idaho. But who knows? I don't know. But it has been shot down. Apparently, they spotted this thing over the Aleutian Islands on January 28th. And then it kind of hit the news when it was over Montana last week. Then it obviously floated across the United States. It was shot down by an F-22 fighter off of Myrtle Beach. Hey, we're going to Myrtle Beach for the weekend. Hey, look over there. Cool.
No kidding. Yeah.
I guess Navy divers right now are gonna grab it and pull out the vial of COVID-23 that's probably... No, I mean, obviously, the Chinese have satellites up there, so they can already see all this stuff. So the question is, what is it for?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of cool theories. One of them is that they're trying to see if they can get away with it to knock out the internet. Who knows what it is?
Huh.
They'll come up with something.
All I know is I was sure disappointed that when the balloon blew up, a giant fortune didn't float down.
Powerball numbers. Comedically, that is great.
Well, I figured they were going to shoot it out and it was going to be a big pink thing. It was a gender reveal party. And it had gone awry. But so they don't. Anyway, it's the latest thing to get everybody in Washington all uptight. And I guess there's...
it's a weird thing.
Yeah, there's one. Apparently, there's a similar balloon over, what is it, South America right now?
Right.
But I guess it was high enough that it wouldn't have interrupted air travel. But they're also saying that obviously the Chinese knew that we'd see this thing.
Yes.
It wasn't like they were going to get away with it.
Right.
Couldn't they have sent us a text if it went off course, like, hey, FYI, my bad, it's coming your way?
That's the whole thing, is if it were something that were...
Because they can track it, right?
They could do that. You know what I mean?
Let someone
if
know,
it were just a civilian, whatever it is they called it, that's what they would potentially
But also
do.
this thing can steer, right? Most balloons just go with the flow. So who knows?
It's interesting. Maybe we'll find out some. Maybe we won't.
More. Good. It would have been so cool if it had been a gender reveal. It's a little girl.
They knew it was pink, so that's why they sent it off to America.
So anyway, but of course, Josh, it was. It may have that vial of the latest version of COVID in it, I think. And Pat, do you have a tribute?
Sure. Would you like to ride in my Chinese spy balloon? Would you like to hide in my Chinese spy balloon? We could float through Montana and Carolina skies, and we can spy up and away in my Chinese spy balloon.
Apparently, there was fireworks on board. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pat. I did everything.
And I want to see some good videos out there. Are there some on the internet of like, Tom, you should make the video. Get one of our people on.
Noah?
When it explodes, it's just a bunch of pink powder that flies out.
It's a baby girl.
I'd also like to see...
Why it was an Italian accent? I don't know.
Because you're afraid to do the other.
That's right. Yeah, you do the other.
I don't
you do the other when you're politically corrected out of existence.
Yeah, the Italians is still fair game.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
You can do it, Italian. You're okay with that one, I think, at this point.
Or maybe a giant ceiling fan, and it explodes just as it hits the ceiling fan.
Oh, hilarious.
That kind of thing.
That'd be very, very funny.
We could have a lot of fun with this.
Oh, wait a minute.
Potentially very dangerous.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, it's your old skipper, Captain Dave, calling.
Hey, Captain Dave, how are you?
Bob, good. I'm reminding you all to sign up now for our Chinese spy balloon salvage tour.
Nice.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Tickets are going faster than hand jobs at a lotion festival. Why, there we were over the weekend giving dolphin watching tours off the Carolina coast and killing a couple of sharks. When suddenly this great white beast fell from the sky. By God, it went down faster than a Bangkok whore on payday. Well, 3 buses long it was, spewing air like plankton farts from a whale's backside. It splashed down almost on top of us with a basket full of electronic gizmozos floating on the water. Well, we gathered up what wires, monitors, and screens we could carry. Made for sure we did with finders keepers. That's the law of the sea, right?
Sure. What are you going to do with all that stuff?
Well, we're offering tours of the military salvage operation as they come for the rest of it. Passengers is buying up tickets. The same passengers that was cooing over the antics of Flipper and his kin on Saturday are now urging me to run over the damn dolphins, chop them into cat food, just so they can get a closer view of the cranes and divers.
That's pretty mean.
It's money, Tom. It's all money. We hooked up some of the wires. We hooked up some of the wires and widgets and a big monitor, and we found floating, and now we got a television for the galley. It don't work so good because the only program we can tune into is some kind of a weird game show.
What's that?
Hey, these Chinese people with clipboards ask us questions from their studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of prizes we're competing for, but so far we're faring none too well. The categories have been missiles and military bases and blueprints and whatnot. I don't know what it's all about. Maybe in the next round they'll cover topics we're more familiar with, like identifying fishes or maybe identifying sexually transmitted diseases.
Okay, thank you, Captain.
Then we're going to be in the money. I'm telling you that right now. Captain Dave, over and out. Look over there. There's another bull.
Okay, thank you very much, Captain.
I'm sure the collection efforts, the folks involved, appreciate him being around.
And can you imagine what if? Do you remember a thing a few years ago in which a submarine surfaced near Hawaii and actually hit a boat?
Oh my gosh!
Tragically,
No.
yeah.
What?
I mean, what would be? I mean, obviously, it's a pretty big ocean. Odds are. But it would be conceivable that if this thing had been shot down, it could have landed on some guy's boat.
Yeah.
That's pretty good luck fishing, huh, Dave?
Clunk.
Oh, well, it'd be interesting to see what's in that thing. The Chinese, they're already watching from space anyway.
Right.
And hell, they've got Google Earth.
Yeah.
Does Google Earth have... obviously, certain areas, I assume, are off limits for Google Earth.
I hope, you know.
Probably over this
Top of the
whole,
White
what
House.
was it?
I would hope, yeah, certain military bases.
Yes.
Yeah. Is this where the nuclear missiles are? Yeah, zoom in on that.
Well, it's not live, though, so it's not like it's giving you a live feed. You're not seeing
true.
right now.
No, but still,
Satellites would
like
be.
just the layout of certain things they don't need to see.
Oh, look, how come all those B-52s are lined up being fueled? Wait a minute. So what's the theory on this, that the Chinese just want to see what we would do? Is that one of the theories?
That's one of the theories, yeah. They were actually researching the response.
Actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's certainly viable.
Be the most
could have been delivering stuff for Amazon. Hell, that's where most of it comes from anyway.
This was probably just a decoy. Something else was happening the entire time, and
That's
nobody
also a theory.
noticed.
That's also a theory. But there are going to be plenty of theories out there.
Okay,
So.
all right, good. Anybody got a scratchy throat or COVID-23? Anybody?
The old Occam's razor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Well, we have to return to the sports desk with Chick McGee, but before we do that, I want to remind you, for the first time ever, stream the Super Bowl for free. Super Bowl 57 on Westwood One, of course, coming up this Sunday. Catch all the action on the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY, Odyssey. On WestwoodOneSports.com via Westwood One station streams. Ask Miss Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. It's the NFL Super Bowl on Westwood One. Mr. Chick McGee, that spread again on the Super Bowl?
Eagles still favored by 1.5.
Have you made up your mind yet? You don't have to tell me.
I'm leaning, but I'm not saying. I'm leaning. I have some inclinations. I have a couple thoughts.
All right.
Which are never good. But
and Willie is going to be heading to Phoenix coming up on Wednesday.
Eating a lot of pork green chili, leather goods. Josh, I'm bringing back a turquoise necklace for you that you asked for.
That's exciting.
Don't throw me into your stereotypical little jokes.
I think Willie may have hit on it, though. Josh and turquoise.
Yeah.
You'd be a great hippie.
What? No, he wouldn't. You think Josh would? He'd be yelling at all the hippies. He'd be telling all of them to get a job.
That'd be great. You'd be a great hippie.
Good for nothing.
I'm like half hippie, half authoritarian or whatever. So yeah, it would be.
Josh sees the picture of them putting the flowers and the rifles at Kent State, and he's on both sides.
Hey, who's the hippie dude reading National Review?
Yeah. I like to get both sides.
Well informed.
Did you ever do any hippie stuff? You had an earring, right?
Yeah, I had a cartilage piercing for a while. I wouldn't consider that necessarily
Hippie.
hippie.
Wait, at the top?
Yeah,
the top
yeah,
one?
the
Okay.
top, yeah.
Was it like a staple?
It was a ring.
Would you wear that on business trips?
Yeah, I wore it all the time. It was very discreet. It was very subtle.
Did your brothers make fun of you?
Dude, my dad. Yeah.
Your poor dad.
I remember one time I go, I think I can pull this off. He goes, I know I can pull it off.
Does your boyfriend like to hold on to that thing? Huh? Is that what you like there, Joshy?
Now, Ace, did you ever do the earring thing?
Yeah.
Really?
At both ears.
Oh.
Because you could pull it off. Maybe like a giant big gold hoop.
I say, did you do hoops or studs?
Studs.
Nice.
A lot of guys with earrings often do studs.
I think.
Well done.
Or they are studs. I think Ace should go full pirate. Bandanas, hoop earring. You'd scare people. It'd be perfect.
Really?
You'd scare people.
Here he is again.
It's my favorite thing. My goal in life.
To be scared?
To be scary.
Let's be a pirate.
Chick, did you do the earring?
Yeah, I got pierced on the show.
Oh, that's right. Did you ever wear it?
Yeah, I wore it for quite a while. I still have some cartilage in there that's all congealed or whatever.
Okay. Do you think you'd do it again?
No.
Okay. All right. Josh, any chance you'll...
Sure. No, I mean, I say that, but I don't want to be the 45-year-old guy with an earring. So, not that there's anything wrong with it. I just personally don't want to do it.
Here's the look I'd like to see.
Yeah.
Keep growing the beard.
Yes.
And then dual braids coming off the bottom of the beard.
Yeah, I could.
And then huge hoop earrings.
Just the new Captain Lou Albano sort of look.
That'd be good.
Oh, yeah. How about a safety pin through the cheek? Yeah. That's what you need, Tom.
I have a tip here. If you're going to put that jewelry where you put it in the between your nose here. What's that thing?
The septum, yeah.
The septum jewelry. Don't get green jewels, kids.
Oh.
They look like congealed boogers. Go with a different color. That's all I'm saying. Saw that this weekend. We got to get back to the sports desk. What have we missed?
Well, Eagles still favored by 1.5, and that's sports.
Oh, that's sports? Okay, well, I got a request
Hi,
here.
welcome to the show. Yeah.
A trucker request, I'm sorry.
NHL All-Star Weekend? Anything? No? Okay.
Third generation.
They're skating with their kids.
Third generation truck driver. Kara wants to. I've never heard that name. Have you?
Kara?
Of course, yeah.
Karrarah.
Well, not spelled like that, I haven't. No.
Not Karen.
What's wrong with me? I think of Harrah's.
The casino?
Casino.
She is a big fan. Is that a he or a she? I don't even know, Kara. Now that I think about it, I guess it could be, it's kind of gender neutral. A request for a classic from Tim Wilson.
Yeah, he comes over to the house in a 3-day beard, sleeps on the couch, makes the place smell weird. He's on something and it damn sure ain't a job. He scares the kids, stays on the phones, got a car somewhere for me to co-sign on. He's been disowned and his wife's run off with Bob. She finally told him he wasn't worth a damn. He tries to blame it all on Vietnam, but he wasn't there. He was 15 in 74. And he's had a bad back and a messy divorce. He's got a workman's comp case tied up in court. He can't move, and I can damn sure vouch for that. He's my brother-in-law. He's from Arkansas. Lord, the best man at my wedding and the worst I ever saw. He's living off of me. He's the baby of the family. My wife won't let me shoot him 'cause he's my brother-in-law. Every day he smokes 4 packs of menthols, makes about 8 more long-distance calls, snorts alcohol, and talks like Dusty Rhodes. And he'll go through your wallet with a fine-tooth comb and eat your family out of house and home. He'll cuss out your preacher and stop up your commode. He's your brother-in-law. He's got nothing on the ball. The kind of man who'd rob from Peter and write a bad check to Paul. He's gotten out of hand. He ought to be a congressman. He's the kind of fellow that I can't stand, and he's my brother-in-law. Oh, yeah, he's the generic brand, and he's my brother-in-law.
The great Tim Wilson.
Thank you so much.
Not a word out of place in that song. That is just so brilliant. And I'm sorry, I didn't get the whole letter here. That is Kara. She is writing to send that out to her third-generation truck driver husband.
All right.
All right. Thanks for keeping the road safe out there, truck drivers. We certainly appreciate your hard work and all the stuff you're delivering to us. Some of it from China. But that's okay.
You know.
They got to unload the boat somewhere. We'll have an update on the balloon. We got an update on the monkey thief.
Monkey thief.
Remember the monkey
That's
guy?
right.
This is the Dallas Zoo was. They've had like 3 different weirdo incidents.
Did you say
come back without? We'll have a monkey update. Also, woodpecker. Excuse me.
There's a lot of words that we should start finishing on the air.
Woodpecker. Woodpecker update. Most of them start with an F.
Yeah. I'm looking at you, Enigma.
Okay. I heard that too. I was. No one said a word.
I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah, please finish the words. That was you, Josh.
What?
You were calling yourself an enigma earlier, but you never finished it. Never mind.
What are you all doing right now?
Sorry, just revealing the truth. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
Everybody knows when you get south of Gainesville, Florida, you're back in Michigan.
Is that what it is?
See, the southern accent stops at Gainesville, Florida. You get the panhandled North Florida accent. It's kind of like Ronnie Van Zant from Leonard Skinner. Hey, man, all right, man. Y'all gonna go to Panama City, man? All right, man. And then South Georgia, they talk like Jimmy Carter. Nobody has any R's in their words, and they sound like they'll get their ass whipped, which was pretty much his M.O. the whole time he was president.
Right. Yeah.
North Georgia, everything got an R in it. Put the back tire in your car there. Pull it back around there.
Alabama, you open your mouth up real wide like this and talk like this. Are y'all going on Wednesday night or Friday night? I'm not sure. I may go on Friday because I got a dental appointment on Wednesday.
Is Paula Dean from Alabama?
She's from Savannah, Georgia.
Hi,
She makes me sound like a Brooklyn attorney. Mississippi, they all talk like Elvis Presley. Everybody got that little stutter in there. They can't quite get it out. Jimmy Swaggart always sounded like he was from Mississippi, but he's actually from Louisiana. Well, I don't really know exactly what happened at the hotel. Louisiana, they got the French thing. Of course, they bought that thing from France. They just need to cool it by us.
Where you at?
They're from Louisiana. Okay? We ought to sell that state today. Louisiana ain't been nothing but a headache for the past 10 years.
Really?
It's basically a concrete bridge with water under it. We bought Louisiana in 1803. Louisiana Purchase. If we sold it today, we could triple our money.
Really?
Don't you have a theory on an interesting thought? You were gambling in Louisiana and...
No, I was in Mississippi.
I don't know if I was in Louisiana.
No, you had
I was talking like this.
You had a blackjack. You had a blackjack hand, and you said a quick prayer about.
Oh no, that was in Evansville, Indiana.
Oh.
That's another story.
All right.
Arkansas, they talk like Bill Clinton. You can't tell if they're laughing or crying. Johnny Cash sort of had that. He was from Arkansas, and you couldn't tell if he was happy or sad. Tennessee, I can't do. You chew gum, talk like Charlie Daniels, and he's from North Carolina. South Carolina, you talk like Strom Thurmond. Everybody remember Strom Thurmond? He was 137 years old in the United States Senate. There's some lovely young ladies in here today. Strom turned out to be a little bit hypocritical on the way out.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Strom Thurmond, the only man in the world that could pull out a Susan B. Anthony dollar, look at it and think, yeah, I slept with her. He could probably get that Indian woman on the Sacagawea dollar.
Yeah, probably.
I bet you if you check it, Bob, that's his baby she's holding.
Who played Jim Dial on the TV series Murphy Brown has passed away. Charles Kimbrough died January 11th outside L.A., according to his son. He was 86 years old. Kimbrough told reporters in 96 that he knew when he died his obituary would lead with the fact that he played Jim Dial on Murphy Brown, and he was fine with that, and he was correct. Kimbrough said any actor who's in a big TV show will have to come to terms with that. Kimbrough also voiced a gargoyle in the Disney version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, also nominated for a Tony Award in 1971 for his performance in the musical Company. Kimbrough's second wife was actor Beth Howland, who played Vera on the sitcom Alice. Viola Davis blurted out what everyone was thinking at the Grammys. I just EGOT. Davis won a Grammy for Best Audiobook for her memoir, Finding Me. She's now won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Davis said during the Grammy premiere ceremony, she wrote the book to honor the 6-year-old version of herself. And just in case you missed it, Harry Styles won Album of the Year at the Grammys last night. He says winning Album of the Year tells him that he's doing it right. And Beyonce set a Grammy record. That's right. She broke the record held by late conductor George Solti. Beyonce says she's trying not to be too emotional and just trying to, quote, receive this night. Congratulations to both Harry Styles and Beyonce. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Time now for great moments in NFL history.
The year was 1926. All-star fullback Ernie Nevers of Stanford. Nevers played in all but 29 minutes of the games. 3 years later, in 1929, Nevers scored all of the points for his team. This single game, 40 points scored by a single player, is still a record that stands today as the NFL's oldest. Nevers also holds a few lesser-known and unofficial records.
Oh, really?
Such as highest number of STDs treated in a single season. And the longest winning streak with road horse.
This has been great moments in NFL history.
Wow. Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks for joining us. With us in the studio, comedian Billy Gardell. Now, for many of the comedians who visit, all you have to do is tell them that there's porno there, and suddenly they
What? I can't. I'm married. I can't even have it in the house. She'll find it. It's every time I walk in the house and I'm doing something wrong, I hear that music from Law and Order. It's like gong gong. I didn't do nothing. I'm so scared of her. I'm just scared of her.
1:27 p.m. The Gardell household. Dong dong.
She's Southern, so she'll slip a sandwich in front of me, Dad. And then I did it. Wait a minute.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Again to Q95.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacay. There's Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Josh Arnold joins us.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, buddy.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Coming up, of course, the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
Of course.
Who isn't looking forward to that?
Me? Yes, right.
We'll check in with some news headlines, but first, I guess we'll answer the phone.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Donnie, how are you? Good morning, sir.
I'm good, and first off, I ain't bragging, and you ain't going to hear this on mainstream media, but it was one of my bottle rockets that took out that Chinese spy balloon every weekend.
Nice, good shot.
Thank you. We had a bunch left over from Groundhog's Day, and they'll never be able to prove it because I bought them out of state.
Oh.
You know? Finally, 2.5 semesters of small engine repair finally paid off. You dip a bottle rocket in some kerosene and freeze it. By the time it thaws out, it's like it's got a Henny in it. You know? We even tracked it with Angel Skinner's ankle monitor. So put that on Hurt Locker. And why's come China spying on us by way of balloon anyways?
I don't know.
You'd think a country that makes iPhones on lunch break might have a better surveillance system. I'll sit right to their emperor's face. What's next, China? You going to use the Whisper 2000 on us? Oh, we invaded the skies with balloons. Next, we'll come by sea playing Marco Polo. Swear to God. Balloons. We got glaciers that move faster than that thing. And maybe it's a sign of the times, though. Old school's back in school again. Got hot air balloons controlling the sky, and Bonnie Raitt and Willie Nelson both winning Grammys. Swear to God. Yeah, maybe Tom Brady retired too soon after all. I'm going to go.
Okay, Johnny. Yeah, Bonnie Raitt. I think she won a couple of Grammys, but she won one of the big ones. As did Willie Nelson. We'll touch on that coming up. Did you hear that? I forget the name of the song. Bonnie Raitt did a tune about a woman who
I thought it was about
got to listen
5 minutes long.
No, she got to, it's kind of touching. She got to listen to the heartbeat of her late son inside the person who received the donor heart. It's a really touching. I mean, it's a great song. Wow. I know it's a little serious, but yeah,
a little.
Yeah.
That's something.
It's not beep bop bloop bop blop and boom.
It's not going to be.
I don't know what to do after that.
What's the hell?
This is not the song.
This is not the song? No. I bet Bonnie Raitt could do a great version of this.
Absolutely.
Bonnie and Willie?
Maybe blues it up a little bit. Yeah.
Not everything has to be bluesed up, okay? Calm down.
Lizzo won like 4,000 Grammys.
I love her.
And, Bonnie Raitt said she was flabbergasted to win. The song is called Just Like That. And as Donnie mentioned, Willie Nelson also got a Grammy last night. Lots of awards out there. We'll hear a little bit about that coming up. But right now we turn to the news desk. Jessica Alsman sitting in for Christy Lee. What have you got over there?
Well, computer coders have created a stream of AI-generated episodes of a Seinfeld-like cartoon show. Complete with a laugh track, the live streaming show called Nothing Forever features 4 pixelated characters, 1 woman and 3 men, that stand around in an apartment talking about coffee, Amazon deliveries, and veganism. At the end of some scenes, the Jerry-inspired character named Larry has a stand-up segment where he speaks into a microphone and tells jokes to an imagined audience.
It's weird and not good.
It's all generated by AI. Though they are meant to be animated versions of Seinfeld's main characters, the dialogue is stunted, robotic, and even illogical at times. The show, which has been streaming nonstop on Twitch since December 14th, is almost entirely generated by algorithms.
Oh.
Yeah, it's up and it's been pulled.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, it got a little not safe for work. They had the AI, generator thing. It watched one of Kramer's stand-up sets at Laugh Factory in 2006.
Oh, and it brought that in?
It just got crazy on that thing.
Oof.
Man, oh, man.
Bust out the refrigerator one time, everybody cheers. Gets a little off.
Yeah, it has been. It's just awful. I tried to watch it, and it's the animation stinks, and obviously the dialogue is terrible, and it's utterly not interesting.
You can't really replace people yet.
Yeah, they're working on it, I guess. But it's apparently pulled because of some technical thing involving
right.
Yeah, no, because it's not Seinfeld technically. It says here it was banned from Twitch due to a violation of Twitch's community guidelines.
Okay, so yeah, what Willie was saying, probably it started saying something really inappropriate.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, if you want to search it out, I'm sure it's floating around somewhere. But I don't recommend it. The real show, great.
Yeah.
This, not so great. We're going to be hearing a lot about AI. I'm still irritated that they don't put periods after it. Every time I see the headline, it looks like Al did something.
Who's this Al? Why is he messing around so much?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Things that bother you. That's your book. The Things That Bother Me. You could do 5 or 6 volumes.
Volume 1. Volume 1.
Just bugs me.
Is it because the capital I does look like an L?
Yeah.
But if it has a little hat and shoes, it'd be okay, probably.
But it doesn't.
So you're mad at the font.
I've been mad at fonts for a long time. That could be one of my chapters.
All's quiet on the Western
What
font.
the hell's with fonts?
Well, Helvetica, the lowercase L and the I are the same. There's like a minuscule difference.
That's fascinating. Jessica, do we have other
She brought it up.
Anything else?
I have
guys like monkeys?
I'm working on a character who's going to host the show, Alan Font.
Alan, is that an Alan Thicke joke?
No. It's an Alan Funt joke. I don't know what happened while I was gone that day.
It was bad.
But it's like you're trying to set records for references that people have no idea what you're.
Ace, you know who Alan Funt was?
Well, yes.
I do, but I'm not a
Ace. My theory is Ace is almost 90 years old. You know?
I just think that's a better idea than your last Alan Funt idea, which was where he impersonated the philosopher Immanuel Kant.
This is tread lightly, gang. There is no way to win this one.
It was called Kant or Funt.
Say it fast 5 times and lose your broadcast license.
Josh, what did you say? Stumbling like a drunk through a minefield one morning?
Hey, we'll be right back.
Am I the only one that's upset by the AI not having the period?
Yep.
Still
talking.
It's that computer people, their superiority.
I want a capital I to look like a capital I.
Okay, well, let's move forward here. Coming up in the news, I know we have Tesla fans. We have what happens when a Tesla meets a cow. By the way, cow wins. We'll hear about that. In a way, the cow wins. Also, we have a pregnant gibbon out there.
Oh.
Which is interesting because the gibbon didn't have anybody else in the cage with her.
What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. Boy, there's a zookeeper that didn't come to work today. Really nervous.
The immaculate gibbon? Is that what you're talking about?
I thought our DNA was close, but not that.
We tried the human route. Let's try the gibbon route.
Okay.
Let's do that.
It's all happening here. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
I'm Donnie Baker, and I'm going to be a pro baseball player. I swear to God I am. A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing. The fact remains, I'm probably the best player I know of. My Little League coach held me back because his son had a decent curveball. There's a certain range I've got, but I basically put my hopes in this. I had a full-ride scholarship to play ball at the University of Phoenix, but I had Tommy John surgery on both knees, so can we stop now? I'm also a pitcher. I can pitch. I've got what they call a rubber arm. I can throw right-handed for days. I can throw left-handed for days. A lot of people, I'm basically amphibious. So I've told coaches before, put me on the mound. The secret to pitching for me is I like to check the runner when there's nobody on base. It throws a hitter off. I swear to God it does. This is third base. I've been there before, but usually it was after proms, man. But I probably know more about the scoring position than anybody I know of. Basically, my knowledge of the game, I've been taught in different ways, but I've also invented things. I like to get my lead at third base backwards. That way the pitcher thinks there's nobody even here. It's a lot easier to steal home, and with my martial arts expertise, I've been trained at Discount Karate to scissor kick the catcher, and I could even break his karate artery if I had to. So there's no chance of a Pete Rose situation at home. I'll win it every time, especially if I got my Wolf shirt on.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schmitz, but for me,
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Greg Warren and another edition of the Warren Report on the way. Around the corner, also Reno Collier, great comedian, stand-up. He's also been at the Grand Ole Opry. He'll be along with a country fried take, zooming his way in from the wonderful state of Tennessee later this morning. Greg Warren, Reno Collier on a Monday, and you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Here's a look at your news headlines. A powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake has rocked southeastern Turkey and northern Syria. It toppled hundreds of buildings, killed more than 600 people. Hundreds still believed to be trapped underneath that rubble. The toll expected to rise as rescue workers search mounds of wreckage in cities and towns across the area. Both sides of the border, residents jolted out of sleep by the pre-dawn quake, rushed outside on a cold, rainy, and snowy winter night. Buildings flattened, strong aftershocks continued. Rescue workers and residents in multiple cities searched for survivors, working through tangles of metal and giant piles of concrete. Meanwhile, in Ohio, near the Pennsylvania border, officials monitoring the smoldering, tangled wreckage of a train derailment. They've warned hundreds of nearby residents who had declined to evacuate to do so immediately, citing concerns about a potential explosion. The governor's office Sunday night said a rail car was at risk of a catastrophic tanker failure in East Palestine, and teams working to prevent the explosion that could launch deadly shrapnel as far as a mile. The statement did not specify what was in that car or whether it was among those carrying hazardous materials. Investigators say a mechanical issue with a rail car axle caused the fiery derailment Friday night near the Pennsylvania state line. Kevin Harvick will move into the Fox booth as a NASCAR analyst in 2024. Harvick has said this 23rd season will be his last as a full-time driver. He's been a guest analyst for Fox for more than 25 races since 2015. He'll join Mike Joy and Clint Boyer as the regular analyst starting next season. The move to the booth, a natural progression for Harvick because he showed immediate talent when Fox first began using him as a broadcaster. He was the 2014 Cup champion and is tied for 9th on NASCAR's all-time win list with 60 career victories. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
A woman got married in a wedding gown made of cake. What you failed to mention, my favorite part of the ceremony was when the official announced that the groom may now eat the bride.
She's made of cake, you see.
eBay has stopped the sale of used women's underwear. Yeah, what you failed to mention, that's right, guys. Now you'll have to get them the old-fashioned way, snatching them from your neighbor's hamper while using their bathroom during a euchre tournament.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6
Hey, this
a.m.
is Larry
Eastern
the Cable
on
Guy,
Bob
and
and
you're
Tom
listening to
24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Boy, better get up, get some exercise.
You're not helping the show where you're going. We don't want to go. You think that you're a cut-up. We wish that you would shut up, 'cause you're not helping the show. You're not helping the show where you're going. We don't want to go. Your moment of enjoyment will lead to unemployment, 'cause you're not helping the show. Don't you see, Chick McGee? Your career needs a plan B. You're not helping the show. Where you're going, we don't want to go. Bob and Tom are seething. It's time that you are leaving, 'cause you're not helping the show. No, you're not helping the show.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night.
Might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacay. That's Jessica Alsman.
Hey, Chick.
Hey, there's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
He's the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee with sports update. Here's Tom.
I'm here with a sports update.
Extra.
I know very little details about this.
All right.
But according to a report on Breitbart, an eBay seller took swift action when NFL star Tom Brady made his retirement announcement on Wednesday at a Miami beach. Evidently on eBay right now, the listing on the website is titled, Tom Brady's exact retirement spot, ... bottled sand.
Oh, how about that?
6 days left before the auction ends. You bid for one of two samples taken from Tom Brady's exact retirement spot, February 1st. Only two samples taken on the day of retirement, just hours after his video was posted online.
Pretty wild.
I hope someone spends $100,000 on this, and then he unretires again, and that whole fiasco with the last ball gets repeated. I want this to cause chaos and burn the country down.
Here's all in caps. Proof in photos.
Okay.
You'll be receiving an 8-ounce mason jar bottled with the exact sand the GOAT Tom Brady made his retirement video on.
Pay in crypto because it's going to be worth about as much.
Brady reportedly made the announcement relaxing on Surfside Beach near his home. He shared with Giselle. Apparently, someone went to the trouble of figuring out where it was and gathered. I don't know why, if it was going to be so valuable, he just took 2 mason jars.
That decreases the value of it then.
I have a jar full of the wind from that day that will start at $1 million, someone else commented.
Oh, that's a...
now, it does come with a free card that says, thanks, sucker. Come on.
Hey, this is for the Tom Brady fan who already has everything.
Has everything.
Why not?
The bid is allegedly at what now?
Huh?
What is the current bid? Do we know?
Oh, we don't know what the current bid is or how it's going.
Okay.
Well, good luck to whoever wins. They'll have a nice piece of Tom Brady memorabilia.
Is that right?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
That's the stance you're taking.
Wait a minute.
Sure.
Have you found a bid?
This says, according to USA Today, the bid started at $677 in honor of the total passing and rushing touchdowns Mr. Brady scored in his 23-year career.
A fair price.
There have been 119 bids for the sand. The current bid is $99,900.
No.
No way. No one's that dumb.
I mean, they bid it, though.
Yeah.
There have to be some kind of...
I think eBay has pretty strict guidelines on how you can bid, and you have to provide proof, yada, yada, yada. I don't think...
I'm skeptical.
Well, you're skeptical of today's Monday. I understand that.
I am skeptical today's Monday.
See, there we go.
This is a conspiracy by one of the popes, I think. Today's probably Thursday.
Tom is right.
You know what? I've heard that.
That's just sad.
Wow.
Pathetic.
I have an email here. Good morning, imbeciles.
Hello.
Says Anthony. I love the show. Listen every morning on the 24/7 channel. I would like to ask all of you a question. As a blind listener, I am unable to see the YouTube streams or anything of the sort. You understand, blind people, their eyes don't work.
Thank you, Josh. Very helpful.
No details, only shadows. That being said, would you all mind describing what you look like?
Sure, I'll go first. I got
Just a way
six-packs, abs.
to put an image with a voice. Thank you very much. And keep up the great work. So once again, yeah, blind people, their eyeballs, something's wrong there.
They're broken.
Yeah.
So you want me to just, how are we going to do this?
Well, we can either describe ourselves.
There's nothing that can go wrong here.
Everyone go across. Everyone will do the person directly across from them.
Okay.
So that means, Ace, you can start. You can do Allsy. Go ahead. Describe her to this
Don't
gent.
phrase it that way.
Brownish hair, beautiful smile, very ladylike.
Caucasian.
I do have eyes, thank you.
Okay. Allsy, hit Ace up here.
2 boobs.
Ace is a little bit larger than me. I'd say about maybe 6 foot. He looks like a linebacker.
6'2".
He's got a nice complexion.
He's a black man.
He's a black man. He's got a very nice complexion.
More of a brownish.
Well, I don't know if I said anything wrong.
Allsy whispered his race like she's my dad.
Ace is black, and he's wearing black, and he's got very thick, curly, salt and pepper hair. It makes me jealous.
But he never shows his hair. Always wears a cap.
He's always got a hat on. And a very beautiful smile.
Thank you.
And white shoes.
And white shoes.
He's black from ankle to toe. Wait a minute. Ankle to head.
Willie Griswold has a nice head of hair, thick. He's got, he's a white guy. Cherubic face.
Thank you, mild acne. That's what you're saying there. Got it?
No.
Angel-like.
What are you, 6'1"?
I think I'm about 6 foot, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, young looking, very good looking guy.
Thank you. Okay, Josh is Let's say it, hot stuff. He's got the salt and pepper goatee. He's got the fuller beard on the sides.
He looks like a mountain man, kind of.
He looks like a mountain man that also is an adjunct professor at like an online school.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, he works at home. He doesn't want to be bothered with your 22-year-old issues. He's got gray teeth. He's got always wearing a nice shirt, undershirt, big undershirt guy.
Sure.
And I mean, I'm telling you this. We can't see him now because he's wearing pants, but the calves, he's got the calves of a tuba player that's been walking around all day.
Oh, thank you very much.
This guy, he is holding something up with them things.
I'm 275, 6'1"-ish, yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. And a wispy tuft of hair.
Yeah, a balding man. Yeah.
Left on top.
Wispy tuft.
Yeah, balding.
Yes. Well, the guy's blind. I don't want him to think he looks like, I don't know. You look kind of like a hefty Allen Ginsberg.
That's nice.
What if he's never seen Alan?
Doesn't this guy read books?
Well, let's do Chick and Tom real quick, because we also have to do some drawings for a deaf listener. Go on.
Chick McGee, I would say 6'2", maybe?
6 feet, maybe. I used to start out as, I was 6'2", but I've been married twice. Or is it 3 times?
Good head of hair, kind of
okay head of hair.
Salt and peppery,
Thinning.
mostly pepper.
Yeah.
A full beard.
Yes.
Dark eyebrows. Nature gave it to him. He doesn't dye him.
The Burt Reynolds beard from Boogie Nights. Well, he doesn't know what that looks like. That's right. You're right.
Again, kind of an Ernest Hemingway-like look.
Okay.
Often we say he should join that Hemingway lookalike contest down in Key West.
This is my year.
And
never coming back.
Always has sporty shoes on. Very nice.
Sporty shoes?
Yeah,
what does that mean?
You know,
Hey, what are you, 250, 6'1"?
240, 245, 250, about 6 feet, 6'1". Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have nice shoes all the time. You the best dresser, I think, in this room, wouldn't you say, Josh?
Yes,
That's
yes.
fair.
Very wiener for days. Let's not forget.
It has an intermission. It's so long.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So long as it has an
Soap
elbow.
opera days of our schlong. But now,
And for those of you sighted individuals who haven't seen Ace Cosby, I discovered over the weekend that one of my favorite actors, ladies and gentlemen, Bokeem Woodbine, he's been in everything, looks almost identical to Ace Cosby. Or am I crazy? No.
Why doesn't Bokeem get the adulation?
I
that
have no idea.
He's so great.
good-looking guy, too.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's in
versatile.
Fargo.
Plays a good guy, a bad guy.
Chick, can you do
fun
Mr.
drama.
Godwin for our blind listener?
Pat Godwin looks like trouble, is what he looks like. No, he's balding. He's that prompted a quizzical
What image
look.
are you looking at?
Many liver spots.
I think no, we're going about this all wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Lead with lies.
Pat Godwin will describe himself.
Yeah, go ahead, Pat.
Yes.
I have aging drama instructor hair. I'm 6'3", 110.
110. 6'3", 110.
I may look 50, but I'm really 30. I'm 5'7", 220.
Generous chest hair.
Yeah, I got some chest hair going on.
You got the medallion on today?
Always, Tommy.
And that's your uncle?
St. Genesius, yeah.
The patron saint of what?
Pennsylvania.
Comics. Comics, skeptics, atheists.
Hey, St. Genesi, go birds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Who's going to do the big man? Who's going to do Pop? What
Tom looks like evil personified. He's
If Mr. Burns could come to life, it would be, you're a little thicker than Mr. Burns, but you have that same, you carry yourself in that same manner, got countenance, if you will.
white hair, bald, pink hat today, glasses.
The sideburns of like a Civil War era accountant.
Smooth face.
210.
Yeah.
6'1".
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not 210. You're 180, 185, maybe.
I don't know anything.
Does that help our blind listener?
I think so. Yep.
Oh no, they're listening to something else. Okay.
Oh yeah, we have an email from very, very boring. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you, sir. I don't blame you. If you don't be careful, we could go back to Monkey. Okay.
A little bit of Rolling Stones Monkey Man. Okay. Now, coming up, we have some exciting things in the news. My favorite news story this morning involves a member of the mafia who has been, they've been looking for this guy for 16 years. They found him. He, of course, was
A fugitive.
And we have, they have arrested Edgardo Greco.
Oh.
Making pizzas. Seriously.
Greco style.
Yeah. We'll find out where he was making pizzas and how they finally caught him. Also, we have woodpeckers in the news. And interesting news about yet another one of those ways to say something negative about your ex for Valentine's Day.
I would never say anything bad about that bitch.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
We'll find out about it when we return. Right now, I want to remind you.
So funny.
You don't want to spend any more time than you have to in those long checkout lines. That's where HelloFresh comes in, among many other great qualities of HelloFresh. HelloFresh, famous for their chef-created recipes delivered right to your door. How does it work? Well, it's not just the recipes. They've done the shopping. They've got the food. They've done the measuring. You just put it together every week, 40 weekly recipes at least to choose from, and you can swap proteins or sides and make it go just the way you want to. What kind of food are you into? They've got it, be it comfort food, or maybe you're doing a low-carb or a low-cal thing, or maybe you're a vegan. HelloFresh has it all. Eat well and save money with HelloFresh. Some of the stuff they have includes some very cool, fast and fresh recipes that you whip up in 15 minutes, like the Southwest pork and bean burritos or the falafel power bowls. Willie, what are you making over there?
Check out the pork and black bean chili with spicy crema and Monterey Jack cheese. HelloFresh sends you 12 ingredients. Put those together in 6 easy steps. In just over a half hour, you have this delicious chili you made at home with help from our friends at HelloFresh.
Fresh is the key here, by the way. They're committed to farm to your doorstep produce and meat, etc., etc. Get all the details at HelloFresh.com. And by the way, a special code will knock 65% off and get you free shipping. The code is BTShow65 at HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. That's BTShow65, HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. Coming up, we have the mafia guy that they found making pizzas all those years down the road, ladies and gentlemen, and a chicken assault. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Don't forget to treat.
No. I was going to do my first time I saw you. It's about a date that I had that went horribly awry.
Like most of them.
This one's a little bit of a ballad, a little bit of a tearjerker.
All right.
So here we go. I remember the things. See, I don't even remember.
Ironic. That would be the lyric.
I remember the first time I saw you. I went to your doorstep and rang the bell. Your parents told me your dog's name was Henry, and I laughed and said, hey, that's my name as well. And I remember your face as you came down the stairway with your ebony hair and your deep hazel eyes. At the sight of your beauty, I started to quiver, and I just couldn't think of the right things to say. And my hands started shaking, my heart palpitating, my palms started sweating, and then I ran out of breath, and then I fell on the floor, and then I started to vomit, and I lost all control of my bodily functions. And you went to the kitchen so you could get paper towels to clean up the mess I just made on your floor. But by that time, I'd already emptied my bowels, and I just didn't seem to give a damn anymore. So I took off my pants and started attacking your doggy, and your parents threatened to call the police. So I yanked out their phone cord and I closed all the curtains and said, don't move or nobody leaves here alive. Remember landlines, everybody?
Yeah. I was just thinking that,
This is very nostalgic. You guys remember all of this stuff happening
Maybe with lamp cord.
back in our younger days. So here I am in this cold, lonely jail cell, thinking of you and the times that we had. And I know that you're laughing about the whole misunderstanding, and I just get that same old feeling again. My hands start to shake and my heart starts to beat and my palms start to sweat, and then I run out of breath and I fall on the floor and I start to vomit and I lose all control of my This is where everybody in the audience usually sings along.
Oh, we can do it.
Bodily functions.
Henry Phillips.
Yes.
First time.
That's my Hotel California right there.
Yeah.
And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Speaking of Kennedy.
That's a good shout-out. That is a good shout-out, yes, thank you.
John Kennedy Jr. made
Why do you think they call us Skippy Little Suda Teddy anyway? Thank you. You want to go watch the films of Bobby's funeral at my place? Well, what do you know? It's 4 a.m. and we're drunk. Well, let's make whoopee. Wear my Oxford cloth.
I was on a plane with one of the Kennedys one time.
Really?
Yeah, lucky to be. Yeah, it was Ted Kennedy. He was on the plane. And he was in first class. I was in the back,
Sure.
with the degenerates. But what a great name to be born in. Kennedy or Rockefeller or something like that. My luck if I was born in money, my last name would be Massengale. My dad, the big douche baron.
The douche baron. Everywhere you go, you got waiters making fun. You want oil and vinegar?
Shut up and bring it. My dad, the big douche baron.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Jimmy Schubert is our guest.
But I prefer mobile food myself. I mean, I prefer a food that's had to make it in the world just like I have. I mean, if I'm going to eat food, I prefer food that doesn't come from the ground. Because vegetables, they suck the nutrients from the mud. Would you eat mud? No. Then why eat the middleman? God made animals slow enough to catch. He obviously intended for us to eat them. Besides that, what's the fun in hunting a vegetable? Any moron can sneak up with a carrot. Some of that stuff's not even food. Celery, that's not food. That's like dental floss trapped inside a carbohydrates. I was reading about celery. There's 4 calories in a stick of celery. 4 takes your body 6 calories to process. A stuck of celery. You could kill yourself eating celery. That's not food. That's slow suicide.
But I can't stand the endorsements that come after that because everybody's going to have their own shoe and selling shoes and telling these kids to buy shoes. Because honestly, I don't care what kind of shoe an athlete wears, and neither should you. My question is, what kind of shoe does a black surgeon or lawyer wear? What is Johnny Cochran wearing? That should be the commercial. When you can get a brother off a double homicide the whole world knows he's guilty of, that's a bad shoe.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's.
Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman at the news desk for Christy Lee, who's on vacation.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick. I have a trucker email here.
Oh, he's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Coming up, I'm very excited because once again in the news, we have...
The Fugitive.
The Fugitive, my favorite, as we can...
The Fugitive.
What happened? That thing skipped or something. I don't know what happened. We have mail at bobandtom@bobandtom.com from Mr. Josh Arnold.
That's exactly right. This comes to us from Chick's favorite, Cody Riggs. And guess what? You talk about your name being your destiny.
Yeah.
He's a third-generation trucker.
Oh.
Following in his dad's footsteps, who followed in his dad's. I have a trucker request, nothing too crazy. I'd just like to hear fart sound number 2, please.
Is that right?
That's right.
Well, I don't have fart sound number 2. I have fart sound number 3.
I think that's a fine substitute. There you go, Cody.
No, like many sequels, like The Godfather 3, not good.
Oh, you don't know.
Godfather 1, good. Godfather 2, great. Godfather 3, not good.
I can't disagree more.
I think we're dealing...
No.
I think we're dealing with Nightmare on Elm Street 3 here. It's the best of the series.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, Dream Warriors is the best of the series. Freddy really comes into his own as a wisecracking villain.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was very helpful. Got an interesting story here. I was speaking of fugitives, of course. Headline, Italian mob suspect held in France after 16 years on the run. Police in France arrested the fugitive mob suspect after they found him making pizzas. Interpol said French police, with the help of Italian colleagues, arrested Edgardo Greco, who was wanted in connection with 2 murders as well as an attempted murder.
Yikes.
He said the killings were part of a mafia war that marked the early 90s in Italy. They literally found the guy. He's been working for the past 3 years making pizzas in France. He's lived there since 2014.
Okay.
I think it's kind of an interesting story. I don't want to read the whole thing, but they caught him.
No.
His most famous pizza was something called Horsehead Supreme.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that'll...
Can't do that. Thank you very much. But that reminds me of
Horsehead Supreme.
Not bad. That's a pizza you can't refuse.
No. But it is served to you in your bed.
Isn't that nice?
But that reminds me of this story from the BBC from a couple of years ago. This was so funny. The headline, Mafia fugitive caught after posting cooking show on YouTube. Do you remember this guy?
Yeah.
Marc-Claude Bayard was doing culinary videos online. They weren't showing his face, but the police noticed some tattoos on this guy, and they knew who it was based on the tattoos on his body that were visible. And he was extradited back to Italy.
I believe there is like a tattoo, like there's a fingerprint storehouse or whatever, like a nationwide fingerprint.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So there's a I'm pretty sure there's a similar tattoo setup. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be funny in the tattoo database. They're just finding all the live, laugh, love girls named Courtney, Ashley, Lee, all spelled E-I-G-H.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're on the run, you should get your tat changed. All of your tats.
Well, maybe not do a YouTube cooking show.
He just wanted to follow his passion.
Yes, exactly. You can't fault the man for having dreams.
but
He was willing to give everything up for it.
He made stupid mistakes. One of his specialties was Joey Bananas Foster.
It's on fire.
Now, Pat, did you have a tribute to this guy?
No, but my friend does. Hey, Luigi, come on in.
There we go. Luigi Statutory?
Luigi Accusatory, my girlfriend, Gina Statutory.
Oh, so sorry.
I almost said my sister. We don't do that.
No, it's a whole other
girlfriend.
What alias, isn't
Freudian
it?
slip.
Yeah, that would be the issue.
Yeah, the YouTube mafia guy. I like to sing about that. The chef.
Okay.
He's not in the mafia. I'm a chef. I'm not a trafficking cocaine. That's a powdered sugar. I flush it down the drain. I give a bribe. Please judge your honor. This is the thing. Let's just spaghetti, so I can go on TV and keep making a spaghetti. I'm on YouTube making pizza pie. I am not that mafioso guy. I make lasagna, macaroni, and the finest rigatoni. Now I got a cellmate trying to hide his baloney. Yeah. I'm on YouTube grilling portobello. I am not a crazy good fella. I'm making a meatball and a weenie and drink a little vino. Now I got a cellmate who wants to sodomy. Sodomio. Arrivederci, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Luigi.
Give our best to Gina Statutory. Yeah, the guy was arrested in the Dominican Republic. Doing videos how to make. I wonder if he was cutting the garlic with a razor blade. Remember that great scene in Goodfellas?
It would liquefy in the pan.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for a palate cleanser. We'll go from the mafia to this.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby. Here he is with his joke of the day.
Hey, Chick. What celebrity's always up for a bowl of cereal?
What celebrity is always up for a bowl of cereal? I don't know, Ace. Who?
Reese Witherspoon.
She's ready. She's got her spoon with her.
That's the joke of the day. Thank you, Pajamagram. This Valentine's Day, give her soft, silky, naturally nude pajamas. Available at pajamagram.com. Use code NUDE, N-U-D-E, and save 25% off your order of naturally nude pajamas from Pajamagram.
Thank you very much, Pajamagram.
Reese with her spoon.
Get it?
Yeah.
What's that other John? John? With
John, yeah.
Yeah.
The late.
Why, you never on time? What are you talking about?
That's unbelievable, isn't it? We'll turn over everything to the news desk. Allsy sitting in for Christy Lee. And what have you got over there?
Got an update on the monkey thief. Authorities in Texas arrested a man for allegedly taking a pair of monkeys from the Dallas Zoo. 24-year-old Davian Irvin was arrested after he was spotted at another home for exotic animals, the Dallas World Aquarium, where an employee recognized him from news coverage of the missing monkeys.
I wonder if he was trying to take something. He was casing the joint to take something from the aquarium.
Well, Dallas police spokeswoman Kristen Lohman said, "We do believe that Mr. Irvin was looking to commit another crime."
I see. That slippery little eel himself looking for a slippery little eel.
Maybe
you know what I'm saying?
Do they have monkeys there?
I commend your selling of that, but I still don't care for it.
Now, do you refer to it as stealing monkeys? Do you refer to it as jacking monkeys? That might be.
I think you can. He's been charged with 6 counts of animal cruelty and 2 counts of burglary. It is unclear what Irvin's motives were in stealing the 2 emperor tamarin monkeys from the zoo.
This was a big story over the weekend on the national. Is this a TikTok thing? Why would you do this?
There's no steal monkeys challenge on TikTok. You can't just account everything up to a TikTok.
A lot of it, though.
He really
a lot of it.
He really has crossed the line. Everything's a TikTok.
Well, we had what was the TikTok thing last week?
There we go.
The Chinese balloon.
No, it was.
Oh no, TikTok is the Chinese thing. No, wait, China is the TikTok thing. I'm lost in my old conspiracy theory.
Like a slippery.
Somebody throw me a light.
It wasn't eating Tide Pods. It was just as dumb.
It was the tranquilizer challenge.
Yeah, the tranquilizer challenge. Taking us.
That's right.
Seeing if you could fall asleep.
And I was against it because you weren't shot with a tranquilizer. You had to take it.
Okay.
Funnier if it came out of that gun, you know.
Yeah, but what else do we have over there?
Police in California are saying an errant cow broke the windshield of a Tesla before defecating on the vehicle.
Is that right?
Someone doesn't like Elon Musk. You train a cow to do that.
Ruin Twitter.
Heard on a Tesla.
The police department said it received multiple calls about the loose cow causing slow traffic on local roads. Officers responded and found the brown cow running around the area. They also discovered that the bovine had been in a collision.
Come on.
With a Tesla, shattering its windshield and leaving the hood covered in what appeared to be feces. Local ranchers helped corral the animal and return it to its owner.
Again, Elon can't get any good publicity. Poor guy.
Oh, boy.
Poor guy. I think
he won a big legal case over the weekend. He's got to be in a pretty good place. Now, we had the mafia story about the second guy that got caught from his tattoos, which I think is fascinating. Did you ever watch Julia Child?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, never noticed she always wore those long sleeve gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did?
Yeah, that's because she didn't want to get recognized for that liquor store she knocked off back in '62.
Oh! Give me all you got.
She was probably stealing like Chambord and gin, just weird old timey booze.
Remember Dan Aykroyd as her, just cutting himself?
The blood squirting everywhere.
Hilarious.
That was absolutely tremendous. I certainly agree. Jessica Alsman is sitting in for Christy Lee once again. Have we missed anything over there?
Zookeepers in Japan say they have solved the mystery of how a gibbon got pregnant by herself. The 12-year-old white-handed gibbon named Momo lived by herself in her cage at the Kushuma Zoo.
I am the Eggman.
Momo Solo.
Kushumu Zoo. She was never joined by a companion, and though some of her neighbors are males, their cages are separated by bars and chicken wire fencing. Momo
But they have 11-foot long.
Momo gave birth to a male gibbon with black hair and white fur in 2021. After comparing the DNA from 4 potential fathers, zoo officials believe a 34-year-old agile gibbon named Ito is the father. Zoo Superintendent John Yamano stated, "We think it's very likely that one of those days that Ito was in the exhibition space, they copulated through a hole in a perforated partition that is meant to prevent the apes from mingling.
Now, I saw Ido on Maury Povich, and he insisted he was not the gibbon. It ain't mine, he shouted.
So, in effect, this is a glory hole for monkeys.
Yeah.
Man, I would have thought they would have calculated the length of the member that would be required to. It just shows the urge, man. Or monkey.
Can't stop true love, Tom.
Yeah. Gibbon Glory Hole sounds like a kind of a punk band.
It does, yes.
It wouldn't be a horse. In the clubhouse turn, it's Gibbon Glory Hole.
Down the stretch they come.
I would hope there'd be some organization that looks over horses' names that's allowed to go, no.
Yeah. You're out, Gibbon Glory.
There has to be an organization that would do that, you think?
You and Peacock Bukaki hit the road.
At least it was consensual. Like, she had to back up into the hole.
There's
you know?
that.
They're animals.
I didn't want it. And he was like, okay. Like, who you know,
Who
hit
would
on
just put
who?
their butt against a hole in the wall?
Did
if
he
they
put
didn't
it
want
through first and say, come on? Or was she like,
Well, what happens if I do this?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk to the
Scratch my
proprietor?
back.
Studio 54, ask him how it was done.
that's curious?
A lot of cocaine and poppers, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's always funny when these zoos suddenly have these mysterious pregnancies.
Yeah.
You always wonder, the first question is, any of the guys not show up today for work?
Oh, gee.
I think it was Johnson again.
Anyone seen Carl?
I'm sorry, what else have you got over there?
A Minnesota woman is facing assault charges after she allegedly hit her boyfriend in the head with what the police are referring to as a whole chicken. The victim told officers he was driving home from a bar with his 36-year-old girlfriend.
That's right.
Who was hitting him and spitting in his face.
Please stop it.
Classic.
Once they arrived home, the man said his girlfriend hit him with a whole chicken in the back of his head.
Was the chicken battered?
No, but he was.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Breaded?
Oh, gosh.
No, battered was it?
Was it a Mike Tyson chicken? Sorry.
Mike Tyson.
Tyson, yep.
Tyson chicken.
Yep.
Quality product.
What else?
Eagle Lake police officers noted in the statement that the victim still had some chicken residue in his hair. Officers took the woman into custody after charges of domestic assault and obstructing police. So I don't know if did she actually obstruct the police with the chicken too?
I wouldn't know. I'm assuming that during the arrest she probably was upset.
Oh.
That'd be my guess. I wasn't there, but yeah. Was there any blood or anything? It would be hard, I guess, with a chicken, unless it was frozen.
Oh, man.
yeah.
I doubt if it was.
I wonder if it was cooked. Maybe it was a rotisserie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be soft. Well, it had residue.
Delicious, if nothing else. Now, we have another quick request. If you want to make a request, Josh, how would you do that?
Oh, email us. That's the best way.
Okay, and how do you do that? Do you want to expand on that a little bit?
Sure.
What is email? What are you, from the future? What are you talking about?
Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. You can also get a hold of us via the app.
And
the
app is free.
The app is free.
Where do you find the app?
At the app in places. Google Play, whatever the heck.
On the Appian way?
Your app stores,
the old app in places.
What else do you got there?
And you can, we were talking earlier about the conga line for dogs, and you can get a link to that if you go to, well, I'll tell you what you can do is you can watch it on YouTube, right, Ace?
You can.
And it's very simple. We got our own little channel. Just go to YouTube and search The Bob and Tom Show, and you'll be able to see what we're looking like in here.
Unless you're blind, like that one guy who emailed us.
Okay, of course.
Then you can comment below with your own description of everybody.
Thank God we're back to that.
For everybody else.
Right now, another request. This is becoming more and more popular. This is a guy who's going to be our guest later this week. It's Tim Cavanaugh.
Time helps some species come back and grow stronger. I'm glad one creature's endangered no longer. I wanna fry up an eagle just to see. Fry up an eagle. Use the Colonel's recipe. It's still illegal. It shouldn't be. I need to know what one tastes like. I want to fry up an eagle. My curiosity first killed the cat who wasn't that tasty. Frankly, I want to fry up an eagle. They're dolphin free. Glenn Fry and the eagle said it subliminally. Did it, did it, they're bald. Did it, and yummy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah! Little Timmy Cavanaugh. Tim is going to be our guest coming up later this week. All right. See what's going on with him. Real quick, I want to mention that there's a couple of road shows coming up. That would include Josh is going to be in Saginaw Friday, March 31st, and April 1st at the Diamond Joe Casino. We'll give you some details on that coming up. Willie, Friday, March 24th and Saturday the 25th at the Comedy Bar in Dubuque. Willie's also going to be in Phoenix, getting ready for the Super Bowl, prepping with, among others, Kostaki Economopoulos, who will be our guest tomorrow with his NFL update. Right now it's quiz time. Chick McGee, what is your sleep number setting?
100, Tom.
There we go.
I like a nice, firm mattress.
There we go. If Christy Lee were here, I'd ask her what her setting was, but I know that it's 40 because she likes the gooey, marshmallow-like mattress. The beauty of the Sleep Number bed is you can set it at the firmness level you want. Okay, Josh, what's your sleep number setting?
65. Thank you very much. My body appreciates the 65.
And the Sleep Number bed idea is so simple and yet elegant and so practical. Either side of the bed has its own setting, and you can change it at the touch of a button. 8 out of 10 couples prefer a different mattress firmness. So join the club of the all are satisfied with the Sleep Number bed. And Sleep Number has beds that help you decide what your number should be and how to get more sleep. I was just reading Sleep Number bed users get an average of 28 more minutes of what is termed quality sleep, the kind of sleep that you really need to have a great day. So choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number, because your best every day is started with a great night of sleep. And now it's time for the ultimate Sleep Number event. Save a whopping 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed with special financing available. Check it out at sleepnumber.com/BT show. I mentioned the financing is subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments are required. See sleepnumber.com for all the details. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show. Coming up, a request for Mr. Obvious. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This NFL season, every Westwood One NFL broadcast streams live for free. Listen in the NFL app, on WestwoodOneSports.com, via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Tim has his guitar out. Are you going to play
I
something?
hate Florida.
Why?
Because
you're from Georgia. That's why.
Georgia people hate Florida. Why? Because we grew up our whole lives wanting to go to Florida. Put a float on top of the car. Oh, my God, we're going to Florida. Drive 4 hours. Get there. Do you have a hotel room? Yeah, they're $100, unless you want to be near the water. Then they're $400. Okay? No, we don't want to be near the water. We want to sit in a hot-ass asphalt parking lot with a float on top of the car and finish up these pecan logs we got in Valdosta. So then a hurricane comes. They evacuate back to Georgia. Oh, my God, do you have a hotel room? Yeah, they're $100, unless you want to be away from the water.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working his cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the third night, the parrot starts figuring out his magician's act. So he starts heckling the magician, and it's in his sleeve. It's under his hat. His assistant has it. So that night, they hit an iceberg, and the ship goes down. The magician wakes up floating on a piece of driftwood, and the parrot is sitting on the end of the driftwood, and they stare at each other for 2 days and don't say a word. They just look at each other all mad. Finally, the bird goes, I give. Where's the boat?
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Bob and Tom, all the time, in your ear.
Hey, you want a little more extra of Jessica Alsman? Well, I say you just head to bobandtom.com/podcasts and look into downloading the Bits and Pieces podcast, where you'll find more of Jessica Alsman, Jess Hooker, Willie Griswold, and Jason Hofsetz. They dive into the archives and discuss some of their favorite bits and pieces from the Bob and Tom Show. It's a great place to start if you have no idea what's going on, and it's also a great place to go if you're a longtime listener of the show and want to listen back to some of the great memories, comedians, bits, cast members, people who have stopped by. It's a great way to listen to the show. bobandtom.com/podcast. You'll also find that Josh Arnold podcast and the Bob and Tom Show Extra podcast weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That drops in for you. So you have no excuse. It's free. You can download it. You can go enjoy it. Please do. bobandtom.com/podcasts. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at your entertainment news headlines. Harry Styles won Album of the Year at the Grammy Awards, taking home the top honor on a night that Beyonce dominated and became the ceremony's most decorated artist. Beyonce won her 32nd award Sunday, breaking a 26-year-old record. But as in years past, the Album of the Year honor eluded her. Styles took home 3 awards Sunday. Still, Beyonce stands alone on her career Grammy throne, surpassing the late composer George Solti with her 32nd career win. She thanked her husband Jay-Z and her family for supporting her. Bad Bunny opened the Grammy Awards with a festive, high-energy performance that brought many of the audience, including Taylor Swift, who rose to her feet and danced near her table. For the first time in almost 2 months, the box office does not belong to blue people. After 7 weeks as the top film in theaters, Avatar: The Way of Water finally knocked out of the #1 spot by the M. Night Shyamalan thriller Knock at the Cabin, and the octogenarian comedy 80 for Brady. Knock at the Cabin dethroned James Cameron 3D sci-fi epic with an estimated $14.2 million in ticket sales. Second place went to 80 for Brady, a comedy about 4 friends who take a trip to the 2017 Super Bowl. It opened with an estimated $12.5 million. Avatar: The Way of Water slid into third with $10.8 million in its 8th weekend out there. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
I left work early, drove right home. Didn't know you'd be here. Well, now that you are, there's only one thing I'd like you to do, my dear. Honey, pull up my skirt, undo my blouse, peel off my pantyhose. Baby, take off my bra and my spiked heels. Honey, take off all of my clothes. Take them all off, baby. Honey, pull down the shades, turn down the lights, lock up all of the doors. If I catch you wearing my clothes again, honey, I will file for divorce. Bob, that skirt doesn't even go with that blouse. Now put on this apron and go do the dishes.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That's Jessica Alsman.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Chick, I've got info on the latest TikTok trend we will discuss.
Exciting. There's Ace Cosby. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I have the latest on Super Bowl tickets if you're interested in buying. Sure. And here's Tom Griswold.
Well, you go first, Chick. What have you got over there?
Apparently, according to websites, the cheapest Super Bowl ticket you could buy right now is right around $6,000.
Okay.
$5,587.
It's on TV for free.
Yeah.
I told you that.
Got your own pisser and everything.
Oh, sure. You can pause it.
You know?
Yeah.
See, this is also the problem with having the AFC and NFC championship games in neutral sites, that they kind of floated out there and they realized they stepped on their, you know what I'm saying.
Stepped on their fans.
Exactly.
That have been paying for season tickets for years and would like to see their home team.
Teams playing all season for home field advantage and stuff like this and stuff. But, yeah, there are no, I contend, this is my contention.
Okay.
There are no true NFL fans at the Super Bowl. It's corporations and their guests and sheiks.
It's
and,
an event.
Foreign
it's the biggest television. It's the biggest television event of the year.
You like it because it's a commonality that everybody watches the Super Bowl.
Because I have the common touch.
Yeah, Kennedy had that. You're exactly right.
Look at Mr. Relatable over here.
Yes, sir. Everybody thinks you're their best friend.
No, I think.
How wrong can they be?
No, it's one of those things. You've got some water cooler talk. You've got some great commercials. They'll have all kinds of music.
I won't be watching.
Why not, Ace?
Hate the Chiefs. Eagles are very.
Okay.
I only know one Rihanna song.
I've never heard tell of such a thing. An NFL fan of a specific team.
Yes.
The Las Vegas Raiders, wherever the hell they are. And you're not going to watch the Super Bowl regardless.
It's like I watched a few minutes of Eagles Patriots. Other than that, I didn't watch the game at all.
Huh.
See, the interesting thing is the stuff that you will watch.
Yes. I mean, if anyone watches crappy television, it's you.
You never miss MILF Manor or whatever the hell it is.
Chick, why would Ace watch the Super Bowl? He's got episodes of the new Night Court to watch.
Yes. Brand new Night Court.
That 90s show is on.
Hey, that's John LaRoquette. Oh, he looks like he's been dripping.
The commercials alone are always really fun. What big stars are going to be hawking some?
I agree. I'm most interested if I watch anything, the Gronk field goal.
Okay. All right. You'd like to see how that pans out?
They're trying to appeal to everyone, and they fail to appeal to Ace.
How did that slip?
Tom, how many Rihanna songs can you name?
Oh, of course, she's famous for Boogers in My Love Potion.
I would say
she's sort of a B-side, but yeah.
Usually they do like a minute of each song kind of thing. Rihanna has so many songs where you know the words, you just don't know.
Yeah, no, I was not critical of Rihanna. I think it's great that they're having Chris Stapleton do the national anthem. I think it's great.
Do you think... what are the celebrities? Because there's always celebrities that come out. Last year it was in L.A. and the Rams were playing, so they were paying like Ellen DeGeneres or whoever. If it's Philly and Kansas City, who are the Will Smith,
Philadelphia
has
Rob McElhenney.
Sure,
well,
yeah.
No, you've got all that crowd from Chiefs Kingdom. You've got David Koechner and Paul Rudd and all the guys
Eric
from Kansas
Stone
City.
Street.
Yeah,
those guys.
Heidi Gardner from SNL.
All those jerks, yeah.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy from? I don't know. Oh God,
I love this
Academy Award-winning actor. He's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. Did the movie about
Robert De Niro.
Will Smith?
No, sorry.
Did the movie about what?
I know who you're talking about. Silver Lining Playbook.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. Yeah, he's a big Eagles fan.
Oh, okay.
Now, Pat Godwin.
Yes, sir.
Lived in Philadelphia.
I did indeed, long time.
And what other famous people are from Philly?
Famous people from Philly?
I know.
Benjamin Franklin going to be there?
Of course, Bill Cosby.
Sure.
He could be there.
He's free.
They cut to Cosby at one point.
I'd love it. Handing some lady next to him a soda.
in the owner's box.
He's got a Coogee sweater with all the colors of each team represented.
Go Eagles, man. That's my Bill Cosby. I had to tell you because it didn't sound.
One of Elizabeth Taylor's husbands says.
Okay, we're really in the mire here. Let's.
Nikki Hilton.
Hall notes. Tom, you like to say whenever we get news stories where something odd occurs that maybe it's a TikTok thing.
Right.
This is sort of your new. Well, we've actually been. Robert has written in to tell us about the latest. This is a real TikTok.
Robert could kiss my ass.
He says the new stupid TikTok thing is girls put their legs behind their head and they just have videos of their heads with their feet up in the air. Stupid, he says. And I agree. That is so stupid. In fact, I'm going to look at these videos and see just how stupid they are.
Okay, go ahead.
Girls with their heads between their legs.
Between their own legs.
Oh, this is just stupid.
How stupid is it?
I'm going to have to look at these all for quite a while. That one's dumb. That one's stupid. That one's got me red. That's stupid.
Yeah, stupid.
I'm going to have to look at these later and how just dumb those are.
Are these sort of a pre-workout video, so to speak? It just gets you in the right place, then you find the clip you need.
Eddie Fisher. There you go. He'll be there.
Oh. Eddie Fisher.
My God.
Famous Philadelphia. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's dead? Oh, sorry.
Very dead.
Okay, sorry.
Very long time.
So dead.
Bobby Rydell.
He just died.
Equally.
He dead?
Very
sorry,
dead.
another Philly guy.
Yeah.
I think my
Hall and Oates are alive.
I think my Benjamin Franklin was more current than what you're coming up with.
Yeah. I wish they'd have Hall and Oates play.
That'd be fun.
They're great.
Good, yeah.
Little She's Gone action.
It'll be Kevin Hart. He hosts everything. He'll be the guy they zero in on. I bet it'll be.
Hey,
Kevin.
do you think they'll have The Rock do that cool intro thing?
I was going to say they'll probably have Kevin Hart.
My
do the
only
intro.
reason I'm asking is because the XFL starts so soon. I wonder if he would want to associate. I mean, why not, though?
Which one is affiliated with the NFL? Is it XFL?
I think so.
So they might have The Rock there.
Okay. I love when he does that. It's cool.
But wasn't it last year? Wasn't it somewhat L.A. biased?
I don't remember. Oh,
Yes, it was.
I don't think so. I feel like he talked about both teams pretty, verbose. They got that cool sort of gladiator-esque type pumping up the crowd.
Okay. Well,
in fact, I can recite what he said.
What did he say there, Josh?
These two battles of warriors. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's enough immediately.
Coming up, yet another way to get back at your ex, if this is your thing, involving the Humane Society, of all things.
It's all for a good cause.
In Ohio. It's a lot of fun. And also we have woodpeckers in the news.
I don't care what they're made out of.
The bird.
You'll put them up your eye.
Yeah, damn right I will.
Is there
to feel anything?
Is there some company that does some kind of earth-friendly dildos carved out of wood?
Yeah, possibly.
Woodies.
It's called Splinters and Company.
We'll be right back.
Not enough shellac.
I'll check into that during the break. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Now, Rodney's got a record out there on Capitol Records.
Yes.
Can't miss it.
It's called Morning Wood.
Morning
We're
Wood.
just kind of sticking with the theme. It's Hanging with Rodney, Morning Wood, and then Nutsack. Just kind of working our way down
the trilogy.
It dawned on me this morning
Yep.
I've made a living for 13 years talking about everything underneath my belt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And, hey, what the hell?
I'm glad you said hell.
Yeah. I apologize.
That's all right.
Rodney, we got plenty of time. Do you want to work another one in here?
Yeah, here's one right here. This one's called, I think, you guys, is that the one we're talking about? Okay. You guys want to play the intro? I don't want to. They get a little irritated when I don't let them play the intro. They don't really like the way I do it. Let's just go right to the words.
Go ahead.
I remember way back when I was just a boy going places with my mom and dad. It used to scare me to death how Mama used to act after 6 or 7 beers she's had. We were sitting at a table when Mama got disabled, all the liquor running through her head. Soon I got to choking. Daddy wasn't joking when he grabbed me by the arm and said, "Don't look now, your mama mama's got her boobs out, showing everybody in town. Faces turning red, we were wishing we were dead. There were people standing all around. Mama gets to drinking, there ain't much thinking. There's nothing anybody can do. Just to hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you. Well, we got her in the truck and we started driving home, and Mama said she had to go. Daddy pulled it over, we were standing on his shoulder while Mom was putting on a show. And he started up a truck, Mama stood up with her pants still around her knees. When we heard Mama holler, if you give me $1, well, I'll let you take a peek at these. Don't look now, your mama's got her boobs out, showing everybody in town. Yeah. Faces turning red, we were wishing we were dead. There were people standing all around. Mama gets to drinking, there ain't much thinking. There's nothing anybody can do. Just hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you. Just to hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you.
Yeah. Oh, Rodney Carrington.
Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs meeting in Super Bowl 57, that big game. That's right. We'll be all over it all week long right here. And don't forget Chick McGee at the sports desk. He hasn't even told us who he's taking yet. We'll find out together right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed on this Monday morning. The actor who played Jim Dial on the TV series Murphy Brown has passed away. Charles Kimbrough died January 11th outside L.A., according to his son. He was 86 years old. Kimbrough told reporters in 96 that he knew when he died his obituary would lead with the fact that he played Jim Dial on Murphy Brown, and he was fine with that, and he was correct. Kimbrough said any actor who's in a big TV show will have to come to terms with that. Kimbrough also voiced a gargoyle in the Disney version of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, also nominated for a Tony Award in 1971 for his performance in the musical Company. Kimbrough's second wife was actor Beth Howland, who played Vera on the sitcom Alice. Viola Davis blurted out what everyone was thinking at the Grammys. I just EGOT. Davis won a Grammy for Best Audiobook for her memoir, Finding Me. She's now won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. Davis said during the Grammy premiere ceremony she wrote the book to honor the 6-year-old version of herself. And just in case you missed it, Harry Styles won Album of the Year at the Grammys last night. He says winning Album of the Year tells him that he's doing it right. And Beyonce set a Grammy record. That's right. She broke the record held by late conductor George Solti. Beyonce says she's trying not to be too emotional and just trying to, quote, receive this night. Congratulations to both Harry Styles and Beyonce. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
His teammate swears that it works. It'll get him out of that rut. Then Jeter hits a home run with that gold thong up his butt. Come on. Just a slump, busting gold thong. That filthy thing goes on when the chips are down. Yeah. Come on now. Just a slump, busting gold thong. Oh, wash it good and send it to Cooperstown.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello and welcome to Spit Take Theatre. This week's Spit Take Theatre presentation at the Water Cooler.
Man, I can't wait until the new episodes of Survivor are shown. I've really become addicted to those reality shows.
Oh, I am too. I live for Rupert. I love that guy. I've wanted to be a Survivor contestant ever since the first one. The locations they stay at are so beautiful.
Oh, yeah, they sure are. Hey, would you ever do Big Brother?
Well, actually, I've already done my Big Brother.
Huh?
I haven't done my father or my grandpa yet.
You've slept with your big brother, Dave?
Well, yeah.
Wow. Small world. I slept with your big brother Dave.
What?
Yeah, he's cute.
This has been Spit Take Theater. Wow. Join us next week for another edition of Spit Take Theater.
All right. Well, that took a nasty turn, didn't it?
Hey, guy, it's Ken Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Hi, man. This is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That's Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Christy Lee's in an infinity pool looking out at the water. Did you guys see that? Mm-hmm. Looks pretty cool.
Is that right?
Yeah, she's really enjoying herself away from us.
Really kind of quiet.
Looking at the lightning.
Oh, really? Boy, that poor Christy. That would
There's
just her
Ace
luck.
Cosby. Yeah, Ace Cosby's here. There's Willie Griswold.
Man, I want to go to a pool. Oh, I'm so jealous.
Put your feet up. I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
You're going to a pool. You're going to Phoenix.
Yeah, but that's not Wednesday. I want to be in a pool right now. I want to be taking pictures of my legs saying, check out these hot dogs, baby.
Okay.
My
office today. We had the story earlier about the alleged mafia guy that was doing YouTube videos, not showing his face, but he got caught because they spotted his tattoos and they were able to pick him up. Just got this from Nathan, works at a jail. Every time an arrest was made, we had to take photos of every scar, marking, and tattoo on a new inmate. They were added to a database.
Okay. Chick was right, as he oft is.
That's what I said.
I know. We are confirming your knowledge. Making sure that you are indeed correct. Thank you very much.
Keep checking up on me. Okay. I've been known to fib every now and then.
Okay. Well, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah. Love line.
I can
right
tell
now,
a tale.
by request, in a world where you're not sure what is true and what is real, sometimes certain things are obvious.
You love his plain speaking, straight shooting, no nonsense approach to solving callers' problems. You tune in to his nationally syndicated talk show every day to hear the wise insight and savvy advice he gives to his callers.
You see, caller, what you got there is a can opener. You use it to open cans.
A can opener? Huh. I never made the connection. Thanks, Mr. Obvious. You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for, caller.
He's Mr. Obvious, America's favorite answer man. There's not a situation that he can't handle with his sage-like wisdom and his quick-draw wit.
Well, waste not, want not, caller.
And now, Bob and Tom Productions is proud to present a side of Mr. Obvious you never heard before.
Ah, I hit my head. Damn, that's smart. Uh-oh. Was my mic on?
Now you can hear for the first time the Mr. Obvious that the censors didn't want you to hear. It's Mr. Obvious, too hot for radio. Mr. Obvious, too hot for radio. We can't even play it for you in this commercial. It's just too hot.
So, Mr. Obvious, I can't figure out why it's not working.
Oh, well, I can tell you why it's not working.
Oh yeah? Why is that?
It's because you're a stupid idiot. That's why it's not working, you dumb.
Cut. John, you can't say that on the air.
Look, I'm sorry, but what the this dip doesn't even know how to operate his toaster? Come on, Bill. Don't we have anyone screening these damn calls?
All right. Settle down, John.
Don't settle down, John, me. And where the are those pictures I was supposed to see? Get down on the phone. If I don't get those pictures in here by 2 o'clock, I'm going to walk off this mother. You hear me, Bill? Hey, I'm not you. I've got money. You know what that means, Bill? That means I've got enough money that I can say you, Bill. Now give me some decent callers on the phone. These calls are ponderous, man. Ponderous.
All right, John, we'll take care of it.
And where's my orange smoothie? Damn it! I asked for a damn orange smoothie like 20 minutes ago.
Mr. Obvious, raw, uncut, uncensored.
So you see my point, caller?
But no, I don't, Mr. Obvious. That's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I'm sorry, wait a minute. What did you say, you piece of
You heard me.
Look, we've got caller ID. I'm going to have a couple of my gorillas down there getting medieval on your ass. How do you like that, Mr. Tuffy? Huh? I'll make you think stupidest thing you ever heard. I'll be watching from my yacht while the cops are fishing your bloated carcass out of the river next week, pal.
Hey, look, take it easy, Mr. Obvious. I was just kidding.
Oh, yeah, just kidding, huh? Sounds like you just made the connection, right? You just made the connection, didn't you, mother? Huh?
To order Mr. Obvious Too Hot for Radio, call 1-800-EAT. That's 1-800-EAT.
And so, Mr. Obvious, that was the last time I ever saw her alive.
Oh, I'm sorry, caller. You've obviously mistaken me for someone who gives a
Don't be a moron. Order your tapes today. Holy.
The fabulous Mr. Obvious by special trucker request this morning. Now, a couple things we've got to get to here. We're going to talk with comedian Reno Collier shortly. I did want to mention a couple of gigs coming up here. And I've got one that's going to feature Mr. Godwin, Mr. Economopoulos, and Josh. Friday, March 31st in Saginaw.
Yeah, that's right.
That's going to be a great show, just announced. Also, Josh is going to be April 1st at the Diamond Joe Casino in Dubuque. Willie, the week prior to that, will be at the Comedy Bar in Dubuque, March 24th and 25th. And then this seems like an unusual place for a gig, but everyone tells me it's the best spot ever. Saturday, at Simplicity Furniture in Evansville, they're going to be setting up a very special stage for Mr. Jeff Oskey. The newly shorn Jeff Oskey.
Yeah.
You see this? Mm-hmm. Ladies. Oh, yes. And Mr. Oskey and Mr. Godwin will be there in person.
Saturday night, yeah.
Saturday night for a great show. Now, we had an unusual situation. Did you guys ever hear about that Broadway show about what happened when the plane had to stop and they were stuck in Canada, whatever, and it was a whole thing. But it's a long way for me to get to this. Did you hear about the plane where they started this giant sing-along?
No.
Well, this is kind of cool. A folk band is going viral after leading a plane full of passengers in a sing-along during a 10-hour flight delay.
Oh, geez. No, if I'm stuck on a plane, the last thing I want to hear is a mandolin. Get out of here.
Yeah, this is interesting. Ms. Jessica Pearson said her flight landed in Iceland, but winds were so strong they were not allowed to get off the plane. After 5 hours, the captain allowed her and her bandmates to pull out their instruments and play music for their fellow passengers. She posted a video of the impromptu performance, of course, on TikTok, where it has gone viral. In the clip, passengers can be heard singing along to
Michael, row the boat ashore.
John Denver's Take Me Home Country Roads.
Oh.
Singing John Denver on a plane. That's got to be...
Buddy Holly next.
Yeah, boy, oh, boy.
Skinnered. What about the big Ricky Nelson? By the way, the video did draw a divided response, as they term it here. One person tweeting, "Dear God, please never let this happen to me."
I would do nothing but scream bomb until I were dragged off.
One TikToker said, "Thanks for reminding me not to forget my noise-canceling headphones the next time I fly."
I don't want a band. I don't want a funny flight attendant. I just want to get to wherever I'm going. Just take me to Phoenix. I don't want to hear your... It's not a talent show, pal.
I would travel. Our show choir would travel and do shows. And we would end up singing on a plane.
Oh, something's coming. Something coming.
Oh, dude. Yes. And I was shocked that every time we did it, I just didn't see people in the back DB Coopering themselves.
Defenestrating, if you will.
Yeah. I always felt bad being a part of it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know, kind of fun, I guess. But
one time, I'm not kidding, we sang James Taylor's Fire and Rain.
Oh.
Which mentions...
machines and pieces on the ground.
Sweet dreams and flying machines and pieces on the ground.
Yeah. But that was because we couldn't do any of the faster numbers. They wanted us to do our...
Did the choir director stand up and do the 1, 2, 3 and wave the hands thing?
No, the flight attendant would go, "Hey, we have a special group on board, and they're going to do a little number for us or whatever." And then,
is that right?
Yes, I couldn't stand it.
Did you hear any audible, like, groans?
No. No.
They were polite
In fact,
enough?
people were they would clap and stuff like that. But I'm sure there was the miserable businessman who just didn't want to hear it.
Just hungover, flying home from a convention in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And he's got to hear you and all your buddies.
Nothing but no's all day and hearing trying to get a little
This is going to delay that last martini.
Yeah, exactly.
The aisle's got the singing a-holes in it.
Josh is wearing sequins gloves.
Oh no! Trust me,
Was this your college course? Or?
No, this was high school.
Really?
Yeah.
You had a road trip?
Yeah. The first year we went from St. Louis to Chicago. That was a big trip. And then New York the next year, and Toronto the year after that.
Were these competitions like in the movie?
No, we just would go and we performed at the United Nations and
for who?
People in the lobby. It was such a bummer. These dignitaries or whatever walking in and out. And we're just, go, Joseph, you know what they say.
Hey, there's ooh thong.
Yeah. Fountains. We always did a fountain. We'd be outside. There'd be some fountain outside, and we'd be
being ignored by hundreds of New Yorkers.
Yes. But the trips were fun. We got to do cool things.
Did you? I assume that there was a lot of grab ass, if you will.
Well, that's why. That was part of the fun of show choir. The hottest girls were in it, and you could just flirt with them nonstop.
And you were the only straight guy, right?
No, you'd be shocked. Out of however many guys, there were only 2 who weren't out, but they were undeniably. Yeah.
So did you do well on these outings? Did you do?
Yeah, no, I didn't have a lot of sex. No.
Appeal?
I think I had some sex appeal, but the girl I liked.
Oh, you mean you didn't have a lot of sexual activity? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No.
Hand stuff?
No.
Wow.
No, that didn't happen. I was pretty late. I was 19 when all that stuff first happened for me.
I like the idea of you grabbing a boob while wearing a sequins glove. That's very fun for me.
Well, that's just rude. Be all scratchy.
Sequins gloves, Willie.
Did you not?
Sequins vests.
The sign of manliness.
Well, you can understand his confusion.
Yes, all is forgiven.
I forgot
Jazz hands.
seeing John Wayne in his sequins vest.
What's the phrase Wayne uses in the movie? Doesn't he say something about a vest?
A fancy.
Fancy vest.
Hey, fancy vest. Oh, there we go. That's what it is. Right now, I want to remind you again, Valentine's Day is getting closer. I know you're tired of me talking about it, but if you don't listen, you're going to be in trouble. That's where Steven Singer comes in. He's got the brand new 24-karat gold dip rose, and it's out there for 2023. This year, the color is periwinkle. I didn't know what it was either. It's kind of it's right there, kind of a.
Is it blue? Is it purple?
Kind of a violet, bluish purple. It's gorgeous, and it's, of course, a real long-stemmed American Beauty rose dipped in 24-karat gold. And this is the color this year. It'll sell out before too long. It always does. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com to take a look and grab one of these babies. They start at $59. There's a bunch of different colors, of course. And Steven Singer, famous for his fast and free shipping. Get the order in before 2 o'clock Eastern time, and it is out the door that day. You've got until Friday at 2 o'clock, technically, to make sure you get this done on time. Exclusively and only available at Steven Singer Jewelers at IHateStevenSinger.com. Real jewelers, real roses in real 24-karat gold for your real love. Once again, IHateStevenSinger.com to check these out. And right now, Halsey has on a necklace.
I have the Wrapped Up in Love necklace that Steven sent Christy and the Jessicas.
All right.
So, yeah.
A very,
Love
very
it. Very
sweet.
pretty.
Earrings, et cetera, et cetera. We are now looking at a picture of Josh and his show choir. Is
those
that my
eyebrows and that outfit is amazing.
And the red bow tie. Is the tie also sequin?
Fuchsia. Thank you very much.
You look like Liberace's butler.
I'll put this up on my Instagram.
We would have been best
Fancy
friends.
vest. Go ahead and pull that rifle if you want to. But you better speak to your boss before you use it, because he'll be dead before I hit the ground.
That's right.
Fancy vest.
John Wayne, shoot a guy who wear a vest like that.
Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Reno Collier with his country fried take. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, let me tell you something about the Bob and Tom Show app. Once you have it downloaded, you don't ever have to miss the show, no matter where you are, anywhere in the world. How does that sound, hotshot? I know. All you have to do is download the app. Next thing you know, you're listening to the show while you're on the shores of Greece. Perhaps you're on vacation in Paris, France. Maybe your work is taking you to Oregon. Well, you don't have to worry. The Bob and Tom Show with you right there on the mobile app at Bob and Tom app. That's right. You can download it for free. You can get it at the Google Play Store, the iTunes. You might know someone who doesn't have the Bob and Tom Show app, but they're a big fan of the show. You need to ask them, why do you not have the Bob and Tom Show app? You know you can listen to them wherever you are, whether you're away on vacation, away on a work trip, or just with the family, and you just want to get away and listen to the show. It's right there in your pocket, on your phone, the Bob and Tom Show app. We love it, and you should too. You can even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the Bob and Tom Show. How sweet is that? The first voice you hear in the morning, Josh Arnold. Oh, yeah. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. I happen to like Josh. Here's a look at your news headlines. A powerful 7.8 magnitude earthquake has rocked southeastern Turkey and northern Syria. It toppled hundreds of buildings, killed more than 600 people. Hundreds still believed to be trapped underneath that rubble. The toll expected to rise as rescue workers search mounds of wreckage in cities and towns across the area. Both sides of the border, residents jolted out of sleep by the pre-dawn quake, rushed outside on a cold, rainy, and snowy winter night. Buildings flattened, strong aftershocks continued. Rescue workers and residents in multiple cities searched for survivors, working through tangles of metal and giant piles of concrete. Meanwhile, in Ohio, near the Pennsylvania border, officials monitoring the smoldering, tangled wreckage of a train derailment. They've warned hundreds of nearby residents who had declined to evacuate to do so immediately, citing concerns about a potential explosion. The governor's office Sunday night said a rail car was at risk of a catastrophic tanker failure in East Palestine, and teams working to prevent the explosion that could launch deadly shrapnel as far as a mile. The statement did not specify what was in that car or whether it was among those carrying hazardous materials. Investigators say a mechanical issue with a rail car axle caused the fiery derailment Friday night near the Pennsylvania state line. Kevin Harvick will move into the Fox booth as a NASCAR analyst in 2024. Harvick has said this 23rd season will be his last as a full-time driver. He's been a guest analyst for Fox for more than 25 races since 2015. He'll join Mike Joy and Clint Boyer as the regular analyst starting next season. The move to the booth, a natural progression for Harvick because he showed immediate talent when Fox first began using him as a broadcaster. He was the 2014 Cup champion and is tied for 9th on NASCAR's all-time win list with 60 career victories. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Renee Hicks has joined us in the studio.
Morning, Renee.
Good morning.
Quite the sportswoman, I can
Oh,
tell
yes,
from your
yes. And we were talking about the WNBA. I just want to know, like, will there be, like, feminine hygiene commercials, like, sponsoring it? Because I think those things got to go. They're just too damn nasty. I mean, they got to stop. They got to stop talking about women's genitalia. I mean, and these women talking about douche. We don't do that, men. We don't go to the beach talking about douche.
You don't?
You know? No, we don't. And see, I never want to see a black woman do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know they would have her just acting crazy, just walking along going, oh, girl, I ain't seen you to... Damn, Shaniqua, is that you stinking like that, girl? Well, you need to douche your nasty ass. There's a whole family of seagulls following your nasty ass. Damn.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. An ORD just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
The Space Shuttle astronauts are halfway through their 7-day research mission. Endeavour is expected to become an orbiting maternity ward today when frog eggs that were fertilized earlier in the mission start to hatch. Now
We are scheduled to hook up with Commander Thompson. We should hook up right now, I believe.
Hello, Houston.
You're speaking with Bob and Tom. Hello, Endeavor.
Hello, Spaceship Earth. This is Captain Thompson.
Hey, Captain, how are you?
Captain, how are you?
We're doing great. We do a lot of experiments up here.
Yeah, we're just reading about the one involving the frog.
The South African clawed frogs, the eggs are about to hatch any moment now, aren't they?
Very excited. Very. As a matter of fact, it looks like they might be hatching about now.
Oh, good.
You people might be the first ones on Earth to hear what's going on.
Well,
but,
great.
There they come.
This is exciting.
There's some little critter coming out of there. Let's see what's going on here.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Jessica Halsman. She's in for Christy Lee, who's on vacation.
Hey, Chick.
Hey, there's Pat Godwin. Hello. There's Josh Arnold. Chick. He's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Chick. There's Willie Griswold. Good morning. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much, Chick. Now, Willie G getting ready to head to Phoenix.
Speaking of Phoenix.
For some pre-Super Bowl stuff. You got some Phoenix information before we get to Reno Collier?
Speaking of the Super Bowl, dear idiots, my name's John.
Hi, Johnny.
I'm a season ticket holder for the Eagles. We hit the lottery for the privilege to buy 2 tickets to the Super Bowl. Face value. Anybody want to take a shot?
$275.
$275.
$350.
$350. 1,000?
Yeah.
Where are you, Willie?
1,001.
1,001. Ace.
500.
$1,800 face value.
Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot.
Well, dang.
Wow.
I bought them and sold them $5,000 each.
Dude, that's awesome. Good
There
for
you
you.
go.
Good for you.
Hey, John, can you send me a private email? I need to borrow some money.
If you had 5,000 bananas, you'd give me 1 banana, right? That doesn't seem to be like that much.
You wouldn't even know it was missing.
Drop in the bucket.
All right. We have, if I look over there on the big screen, I believe we're going to hook up with comedian Reno Collier. There we go.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Reno. Reno was a very fine stand-up comedian and a fine man in general.
Indeed.
Very few people would disagree.
You're so kind.
Kind. Reno, do you have any gigs of interest coming up?
I do. I'm going to be this Friday in Effingham, Illinois at the Tuscan Hills Winery, and then Saturday in Fairfield, Illinois at the Willow Creek.
Cool.
All right, those will be
yeah, man, looking forward to it.
That'll be fun. And Reno, are you following the saga of the Chinese balloon? Did that fly over your house?
Really. It didn't fly over my house.
Well, it went from Montana to what was
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. That's kind of right over Nashville, right?
Yeah, if the Chinese are flying stuff over Murfreesboro, they're just going to get pictures of Applebee's and every other chain restaurant. There's really not a lot here that I think they'd be that interested in.
You never know. Okay, all right. Yeah. Just asking. Well, they shot it down, and we're going to find out apparently what was on board. So it's kind of it's kind of a mystery. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe some packages from Amazon. That's where most of the stuff on Amazon comes from anyway. Why not? We'll certainly find out in the near future. What else is happening in your life?
Well, I got a country fried take on, I did some shows last weekend in Texas, if you'd like to hear it.
Love to hear it. Go ahead. What do you got?
All right. So I did a show last week with one of the most prolific highbrow comedians of our time, Larry the Cable Guy.
Of course.
I got to say, man, I haven't seen that guy in years, and he sold 4,000 tickets and blew the doors off. But anyway, our show was at the rodeo in Fort Worth. We hung out with bull riders, went to the John Wayne Museum, and I watched a woman riding full speed, rope and tie a calf in seconds.
Whoa.
And I came to the realization, I feel like a wuss, you know? I hear people say all the time, the number one fear is having to get up in front of people and speak. One of the writers told me that doing stand-up would make him, in his words, throw mud in his pants. I chuckled and said, dude, I am sure you could do it. If you can have 3,000 people watch you on the back of a 2,000-pound animal that wants to throw you off his back, impale you in midair, and if it happens to flip over and land on you, you look like someone stomped on a ketchup packet. I think you could probably spit out a few lines about that Chinese spy balloon. You know what I mean? He then asked me if I ride, right? And my brain panicked. I just imagined in my head, do I ride? I had flashes of me running through the living room with a broom between my legs, watching Yellowstone, yelling, kick his ass, Rip. Then frantically, I start thinking about the last time I did ride, and it's pathetic. I didn't want to be like, oh, do I ride? Yeah. The last time I was at my aunt's house, every time I tried to get on her horse, Bubbles, she kept sticking her stomach out when we saddled her, and then sucked it back in when I tried to mount. That Bubbles is just mischievous. Eventually they put me on a half-dead mule. Then I start imagining what his story back to me would be. From a cowboy, it's like, oh, really? Nice story. I saw my brother Cody Wyatt. He's a quarter Comanche, get his arms ripped off riding through a barbed wire fence. He sewed his arm back on his own body with the strings from his socks. He still got the herd in early. So as my mind spun out trying to give him a semi-tough answer, all that came out was, I've got a bad rotator cuff. And you know what he said? He said, I'm sorry, buddy. And I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy? All that drama going on in my head for nothing? I was envious of how calm and cool his demeanor was, because comedians always have drama going on. I know comics that complain they got PTSD from doing USO tours. And so he finished our conversation with, well, you know what? We all have our gifts. And that's so true. We all have things we can do and things we can't do, whether it's being a great mom, great at your job, or someone that's a great caregiver. And no matter what your gift is, it means something to the people around you. And there are a lot of us who spend way too much time looking at others' gifts and miss out on cultivating our own. To quote Blazing Saddles, you do that voodoo that you do so well. I'm Reno Collier, and that's my country fried take.
Thank you, Reno. And how's Larry the Cable Guy doing? I'm glad to see he's back out on the road.
He's doing great, man. Dude, I haven't worked with him. It's been years, and I was blown away. He has not missed a beat, man. He killed it.
Awesome.
Crushed it.
I bet you did, too.
Fun. I did. I was much funnier than him. It was watch him try. You know what I mean?
Now, are you...
obviously, 4,000 Cowboys paid to see me, so,
Now, you mentioned that this Friday you're going to be in Effingham, Illinois at the Tuscan Hills Winery. Saturday, Fairfield, Illinois at Willow Creek at the Willow Creek venue. Are you going to be in a car driving during the Super Bowl?
I'm going to probably come home that night, and because I got to smoke some wings and all that good stuff.
Smoke some wings. Reno, I thought you were going another way with that.
Me too.
Yeah.
I got to get home, smoke some weed, and get right back at it.
I got to get home, take a couple bong tokes, and drink a Slim Fast, and then I'm off to the game. You know what I mean?
Bong tokes and Slim Fast is a great combo.
Wow.
Dude, that's the hangover helper. I don't know that from personal experience, but I've heard that gets rid of a hangover.
Wow. Now, so are you hosting a little shindig at your place?
Nah, I'm going over to somebody else's house. I don't like doing that. It's too
hosting?
messy.
Yeah.
Are you taking any family members with you?
Yeah, my wife and I are going to go, and it's some of our friends, and it's always the thing that sucks is everybody wants to watch the commercial, like not just women, men. Some of them just the commercials are on.
That's me.
And then the game comes on.
Couldn't care
it's
less.
like, yeah. What's your favorite commercial? When it ended, I liked when it was over and the game's playing. You know what I mean? Did you see the horse kick the ball through the field goal? No, but I saw that jackass miss 2 field goals. That's going to cost me $50.
You got any thoughts, Reno? You going to make any bets? You got a favorite? You got an absolute lock?
I don't know if it's a lock. I don't even know what's the spread at now.
Eagles minus 1.5. Virtually a pick 'em. Yeah, I know.
Man, I'm taking Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Jalen Hurts, I think he was still kind of banged up a little bit, and I know he's back in, and the Eagles look good, but the NFC was really good. I don't know, man. That Patrick Mahomes, I know he has a high ankle sprain, but he's just magic. That dude is like when we used to watch Jordan and Tiger Woods, you know what I mean? He just has that weird thing that he can turn the game around at any time.
Mm-hmm. Well, now I've been looking up famous people from Philadelphia because they always show them in the stands. And Tina Fey, I didn't know she was from Philadelphia. Will Smith, he'll be doing the opening slap. Bradley Cooper, great actor.
Oh, I love that dude.
He was at the game last week. I saw him. I didn't know Richard Gere is from Philly. Most important to me, Larry Fine.
Yeah.
Larry Fine will not be.
No, he won't. But if he were, he'd be betting on it.
Yeah. Grace Kelly, she won't be there either.
Oh.
No. Yeah, I should have Googled living people who are.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon. There we go. Now we're back to the living.
Will Sylvester Stallone be there probably, even if he's not from Philly, just because of Rocky?
Wasn't he at an NFC championship game for the Eagles or something at some point? I think he was ringing a bell or beating an anvil or whatever they do in Philly.
That'd be cool.
I'd get motivated.
Oh, they strangle an eagle. That's
right. Yeah.
Go Eagles!
You have to choke it until it dies or you complete.
And that eagle is still alive. Okay.
Every time. It always happens. They always complete.
What crazy. What's wrong with us?
If we expand famous people from Pennsylvania, Pat, this really helps.
I bet 3 out of the next 7 people, 30% of however many are dead. Go ahead.
No,
I'm taking the over.
Pink.
She's still alive.
Taylor Swift.
Sure.
Kevin Hart.
Taylor Swift is from Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Doylestown.
Sharon Stone. Michael Keaton.
Pittsburgh.
And you hung out with Michael Keaton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I love Michael Keaton.
Didn't he?
When he was in the movie.
Didn't he pollinate half the waitresses at the
He served at the Comedy Magic Club.
Comedy Club?
Hall of Fame numbers, I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently very gifted.
He is a likable cuss.
Let's see. Oh, there's so many. This Pennsylvania, big state. Danny Bonaducci.
It is a big state, isn't it?
About how many square
He'll be on
miles
the
do you think
puppy
that
bowl.
is?
A lot of land mass.
Sherry O'Terry.
I've heard biggest pencil in the world. So I've heard.
Have you?
Yep.
Joan Jett. Well,
Joe Namath.
We'll have to find out who's from Kansas City for
Aliquippa.
next week. Once again, you can
place.
you can see Reno Collier live and in person this Friday, Effingham, Illinois, at the Tuscan Hills Winery, and this Saturday, Fairfield, Illinois, at the Willow Creek venue. Are you bringing the wings? Are you going to cook these for everybody? Is that the plan?
At the show?
No. It's well, I mean, if you want to really draw people.
Yeah, I got to find some way to get people in. I'll get you free food.
Reno Collier, the comedy was fine, but the wings were terrific. You got the recipe from Larry.
Yeah, I'm going to take them over.
Okay.
I got this new voodoo seasoning stuff. I mean, they're so good, dude.
Yum.
Well, we'd certainly like to try them. Next time you're here, please bring them.
I'm on it.
We would certainly appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's always a great pleasure, Reno. Enjoy your country
Love
fried
it. Have a
takes.
great week, everybody.
You too, man. So we got a definitive pick from him of Kansas City. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we can move forward. Time now to get back to the news desk. Did I give you that woodpecker story?
Yeah. A woodpecker stored hundreds of pounds of acorns in the walls of a California home. According to KGO,
where you go and turn on your TV.
Nick's Extreme Pest responded to the Glen Ellen home where the bird had been making holes to store its food, which kept falling into spaces in the walls.
I'm Nick of Nick's Extreme Pest. We'll flame throw any house.
No, I want to keep the house, Nick. I'd really like to.
No! Too late, you hired me.
That's right. From siding to ashes in 2 hours. All the memories gone.
Workers cut into the wall and found over 700 pounds of acorns inside. The company said they removed about 8 trash bags full of nuts from the home.
Now, would that have, I mean, it would have helped to soundproof the house, I guess, but would there be a problem? Would they ferment or something over time?
There could be mold and fungus involved with the decomp of the acorns, I would think. Maybe even attract rats and squirrels.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I never thought about the squirrels being in there.
Yeah.
So the woodpecker is one of these doomsday preppers, getting 700 pounds of acorns ready for down the road. Thank you very much. Now we promised this one. If you have a lover and it's no longer working out, someone in Ohio has a possible Valentine's Day gift for you. What is it?
An animal shelter in Ohio is raising funds this Valentine's Day by allowing lovers to submit the names of so-called crappy ex-lovers for a special litter box.
Oh, isn't that nice?
The Animal Friends Humane Society in Hamilton is accepting $5 donations in exchange for writing your ex's name in the litter box that will be used by the shelter's cats.
Putting the X in excrement.
Donations can be submitted.
Literally. That's very nice. Thank
through
you.
February 12th. And on Valentine's Day, the shelter will post a video on Facebook showcasing all the names they received.
Okay. Hey, nice little donation, and
good luck getting back together with her. By the way. That's pretty much going to make it final. Oh, it's posted for everyone to see.
First and last name, address, phone number, do all that.
Maybe they should bag them up for you, set them on fire on her doorstep. That old classic. Remember, you got to set the bag on fire, and they'll try to stamp it out. That's a nice hot.
Yes.
Okay. What if your ex's name is Kitty? That count? Coming up, we have a lesson in history that's very important. Also coming up later this week, of course, it's the patented Chick McGee Shoein of the Week. Right now, the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things, of course, but sometimes life gets you bogged down, and you may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in the way you want to. Working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you, because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything life throws at you. BetterHelp has connected over 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient and accessible anywhere because it's 100% online. And BetterHelp perhaps gives you the benefits of in-person therapy. If you're thinking of going into therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's a great option. Once again, convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Fill out a brief questionnaire, get matched up with a licensed therapist, and if needed, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy through BetterHelp can help get you there. The Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Visit them today at betterhelp.com/BT Show to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/BT Show to get 10% off your first month. Coming back with famous things that happened on this date, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.
Now, Rodney's got a record out there on Capitol Records.
Yes.
Can't miss it.
It's called Morning Wood.
Morning
We're
Wood.
just kind of sticking with the theme. It's Hanging with Rodney, Morning Wood, and then Nutsack. Just kind of working our way down the
trilogy.
It dawned on me this morning how,
Yep.
I've made a living for 13 years talking about everything underneath my belt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, what the hell?
I'm glad you said hell.
Yeah. I apologize.
That's all right. Rodney, we got plenty of time. Do you want to work another one in here?
Yeah, here's one right here. This one's called, I think, you guys, is that the one we're talking about? Okay. You guys want to play the intro? I don't want to. They get a little irritated when I don't let them play the intro. They don't really like the way I do it. Let's just go right to the words.
Go ahead.
I remember way back when I was just a boy going places with my mom and dad. It used to scare me to death how Mama used to act after 6 or 7 beers she's had. We were sitting at a table when Mama got disabled, all the liquor running through her head. Soon I got to choking. Daddy wasn't joking when he grabbed me by the arm and said, "Don't look now, your mama's got her boobs out showing everybody in town." Faces turned red, we were wishing we were dead. There were people standing all around. Mama gets to drinking, there ain't much thinking. There's nothing anybody can do. Just to hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you. And we got her in the truck and we started driving home, and Mama said she had to go. Daddy pulled it over, we were standing on his shoulder while Mom was putting on a show. And he started up a truck, Mama stood up with her pants still around her knees. When we heard Mama holler, if you give me $1, well, I'll let you take a peek at these. Don't look now, your mama's got her boobs out, showing everybody in town. Yeah. Faces turning red, we were wishing we were dead. There were people standing all around. Mama gets to drinking, there ain't much thinking, there's nothing anybody can do. Just hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you. Just to hope and pray there never comes a day when my mama's out of drinking with you.
Yeah. Oh, Rodney Carrington. Mention the puppets live there. BobandTom.com.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Kirk Cousins threw 3 touchdown passes yesterday to rally the NFC to a 35-33 victory over the AFC in the Pro Bowl games and end that conference's 5-game losing streak. Golden State All-Star guard Steph Curry has partial tears to a ligament and a membrane in his left leg and a lower leg contusion. The team says he'll be sidelined, but aren't sure for how long. And All-Star point guard Kyrie Irving is being traded by the Nets to the Dallas Mavericks, according to a person with knowledge of the situation. The Mavericks will trade Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a package of draft picks to the Nets. NBA winners last night: Orlando, Cleveland, Toronto, New York, New Orleans, and Minnesota. And one top 25 college basketball game. Number 3 Houston beat Temple 81-65. And, of course, the Chiefs and Eagles have landed. They're in Phoenix, Arizona for this Sunday's Super Bowl 57. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
The fact that they've declared National Pizza Day, God bless America. Finally, Congress is doing something that's right.
Do you think they showed that on C-SPAN?
I hope so.
Yes.
Yeah,
Give us the other side.
They were all in attendance and paying attention.
And then we could see who voted against it.
Oh.
And get them out of there.
Go back where you came from, pizza hater.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Hello and welcome to Spit Take Theater. This week's Spit Take Theater presentation, The Important Meeting.
Hello, Jenkins here.
Mr. Jenkins, this is Phil Johnson.
Phil, glad you called.
Good morning. I'm not going to be able to make it into work today. I'm sick.
You what?
I'm sorry. I just can't make it into work today. I'm sick.
No, Johnson, listen. I got a phone call last night.
Yeah?
I talked to the client.
Uh-huh.
Today's the big presentation.
Today?
Yeah, today. It's going to be big.
Oh, I can't make it into work today. I'm sick.
Johnson, this is the big presentation. Besides that, frankly, you don't sound sick to me.
Oh, yeah? I'm sleeping with my dad. Is that sick enough for you?
This has been Spit Take Theater. Join us next week for another edition of Spit Take Theater.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Thanks for joining us. With us in the studio, comedian Billy Gardell, Comedy Central, with a Comedy Central stand-up special. Where'd you film that?
New York, at the Hudson Theater, which is really cool. It was, 2 blocks off of Broadway. And I called my dad to try to share a moment with him. My dad was a steel worker in Pittsburgh, so I should have known better. I said, Dad, I'm 2 blocks from Broadway. He goes, yeah, well, enjoy it. That's probably as close as you're ever going to get. All right, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks a lot. For,
Love you, too.
His favorite game to play with me when I'm home is look at the TV star taking out my trash. That's his favorite little game. He loves to show the neighbors. Look, still takes it to the curb.
Now he can read and types like a secretary.
Yeah, that's what.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work. Hey, Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. That's Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi, Chick.
The I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
Ready to take on the day.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chick McGee, and here's Tom. Hello, Tom.
Saw a little bit of Dickie V over the weekend.
Did you really?
Dick Vitale doing great, looking healthy again. Glad to hear that, certainly.
He's got to be old, huh?
Yeah.
Dick's a man of a certain age.
80-something.
Good friend of the show. Always a pleasure to see Dickie V.
Never cared for you.
Would you care to hear the Dick Vitale song?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
No one wants to hear it.
Oh.
I can tell. I got that look. I know.
What the hell? Since when did you ever go with my looks?
Well, I just, while we wait, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Bonus.
I bet you guys didn't know this. Sushi comes from female fish only.
Really?
Otherwise, it would be suhi.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Boy, did you hear that scathing fake laugh from Alsman over there?
I usually love these.
That sounded like the goose in the audience at Family Guy.
I thought we'd just a little tribute to Dick Vitale for those college basketball fans out there.
Well, get on with it.
He's a primetime player,
A real PTPer.
it's Dick Vitale.
It's Cupcake City, baby.
And so on. Oh, you're going to keep playing it.
He never stops talking.
Hey. Yeah.
Who knows what he'll say?
Hey.
Dipsy Doo Dunk Roo, Rambo Man, Area Code J.
Key change for you?
It's time to go.
Oh, what a creeper.
We've all had enough dick.
What did you say?
We need a T.O.
A T.O. What do you mean a T.O.?
Dickie V.
Hey, this song isn't over till I call for a T.O., baby. 1, 2, a 3. Hey, Bob and Tom, you two guys really rock and roll, baby. Awesome, baby. With a capital
That's right. A little bit of a Dick Vitale action. Hope you saw him over the weekend doing
Time
great.
now for Today in History, February 6th.
2-6.
1935 is the date.
All right,
Monopoly goes on sale for the first time. Interesting story behind the game. Essentially, it was stolen. Let's see. Now, we have...
What?
In 1952, Queen Elizabeth succeeds George the Sixth to become... the Queen, of course. Talk about nepotism. That royal family.
Nepo babies all over the place.
Yeah. How about this one? 1968, Dwight Eisenhower shoots a hole-in-one.
Wow.
The D.
Yeah, in golf, of course.
They call him the D?
Yeah.
All right.
Alan Shepard hits a golf ball in 1971 on the moon.
Hello, Mata. I love that guy. Hello, Mata.
That's Alan Sherman.
Oh, sorry.
Let's see.
Alan Shepard wrote A Christmas Story.
Birthdays. Happy birthday, Aaron Burr. Man, he could sing. I saw that play. Had no idea. And, of course, he played that lawyer. What was it, Perry Mason? That was great.
Aaron Burr is Perry Mason.
Mark.
Happy birthday, Babe Ruth, born on this date in 1895.
That's right, Dad.
Happy birthday, Ronald Reagan, born on this date in 1911. Ava Braun, born in 1912. They never hooked up, of course.
Ronald and Ava? No,
they were interesting to note they were almost the same age. Zsa Zsa Gabor, is she the one that slapped a cop?
Yes, that's her.
A misunderstood hero.
There's a chance that she and Ronald hooked up. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they were running around the Hollywood lots around the same time.
It was at least like an over-the-waistband handy.
Right.
Wasn't her sister the one who was the real giver?
Ava?
No, she was in Green Acres. She's sacred.
The other one.
Dagmar?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. They've forgotten Gabor.
Has that name ever made a comeback?
Dagmar?
No, Zsa Zsa.
No, it certainly has.
That'd be a good name for a dog, if nothing else.
Yeah?
Zsa Zsa?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of
Here's
those.
Zsa Zsa.
How do you spell it? J-A-J-A?
ZSA.
Oh, could you imagine going to the vet? No, it's Zsa Zsa. It's I don't care what it is. It's Yaya. I'm putting it down either way.
She's right after RZA in the weird name alphabet.
Oh, yeah. Jizza, RZA, Zsa Zsa.
SZA?
SZA, RZA, Jizza.
The great Richie Hayward of Little Feet. And Rick Astley. Happy birthday, Rick Astley.
Oh.
Have you ever? I went to a place, they have fake sushi. They call it the Rick Roll. It's delicious.
No, it's better than you think, right?
Time now for what we learned in today's show.
Time now for things we learned on today's Bob and Tom show. Willie does get annoyed by his father's talk to text and his ...
Yep.
Willie almost lost his mind explaining it.
Unbearable. Wasn't fun to explain that.
Hated reliving all of your...
The significant other at Tom's house has a broken tooth, and Tom's daughter has a broken arm. You do the
he
math
gets
at
angry.
home.
He gets really... It's when he drinks.
Yeah. That's what it was.
He
Be
doesn't
careful around those
understand.
quote-unquote cabinets. Tom's
And
family.
those doors.
Yes.
Shove.
Tom is going to be talking to William Shatner later today.
Yay.
We hope so. That's the plan. If so, we'll hear some of that tomorrow.
Chatty.
I will predict what he says first, okay? Can we get a record of this?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Now, is this Bob or Tom? That's pretty good. I bet you so. Pat Godwin, the new Chinese spy balloon song was fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
We all loved it. We all didn't hate it. Philadelphia Eagles favored by 1.5 over the Kansas City Chiefs. We're talking about that. Tom thinks Ace should go full pirate. Because, as he said, it would make him even more scarier.
Yeah, big hoop earring.
Headscarf.
Bandana with the Oakland Raiders on it.
Eye patch.
Las Vegas Raiders.
Right. Tom brought up Alan Funt just because he likes to say Funt.
Oh, I love the show Candid Camera.
I don't know why.
We found out that Josh and his show choir went to the UN.
Oh, yeah. We really changed the world.
And sang in the lobby for uninterested passerbys.
If you guys weren't there, they would have figured out Yemen.
And
You were what stopped them.
Yeah.
Wasn't the 40s that U Thant was in charge of the UN? The 40s? Late 40s, 50s?
No, much later than that.
That day they were going to free Tibet. But they said, you know what, forget it.
Not after that.
Not after
Josh went up to
turn the beat around.
Josh went up to the head of the UN and said, me, Josh Uthant. That was very, very effective.
Someone's offering the sand from the area where Tom Brady made his retirement video.
Very nice piece of memorabilia.
On Miami Beach. The sand is in a bottle and a current bid at $99,000.
Very good.
Just reporting.
Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom Show contest rules, go to bobandtom.com/contest-rules or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and see